Hello, hello, hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to you all, and early access day to y'all. Dinner time indeed. Good to see ya. What is up, Lillian and CatCam Fan, and Tuka Buddy and Monster CC and Randomly and Monstark and Unrivaled. How is everyone doing today? It is one of the 4 best days of the year. Early access day, always my favorite. The kids are here. Bearby sitting here staring down CC. CC's meowing. They're doing super well. Penthouse, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. The bell just automatically updated. I do not like the new bell, but what can you do? I don't control the bell website, unfortunately. I don't know what they were thinking though. Such a weird choice to turn to the dinner bell. But anyway, if you've never been in an early access stream before, a little bit different than a normal stream. Normally when we do a stream, we play like 1 deck for the entire stream, 2 decks through the whole stream. Early access day, no. We're going to play a ton of different decks today. I have, oh boy, a pile of decks here. We probably won't get through them all, but we're going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, check out a bunch of new cards, see a bunch of new synergies. Some of them might work, some of them probably won't work. So that's the plan for today. Jumping around, checking out new standard. GR Machello, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Before we jump into the decks, some super quick reminders. Replay YouTube. That's where you find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Mono Green Stompy, good to see you for the 75th month. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. I would love for you to visit more. I get these offers to share every time I come around. Well, good to see you, Mono Green Stompy. Welcome back to the stream. So yes, replay YouTube. That's where you can find the old stream. Oh, normal YouTube. Did I build these decks or are they pre-con? No. These are all decks that I put together. So we'll see if any of them are good. They're untested, but they're all decks that I built this time. So these are all decks that I put together over the last week or so. So haven't really got to test any of them though. So we'll see if any of them are actually like good. You probably could have guessed because of all the roaming. There's a lot of roaming thrones going on because I'm super hyped for that card. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, maybe from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. You can get a free goldfish sticker. Anyway, here's the decks we have to work with at the moment. So, Quintorius, all the Discover stuff. I think Quintorius is really good. That's one of my sleepers from this app. People keep poo-pooing Quintorius. Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you? I feel like Quintorius might be really good. So we got Quintorius Discover. We have Soul Sisters, like literally actually white-black Soul Sisters. Artifact Panharmonicon. There's all these new artifacts with ETBs. So we got Artifact Panharmonicon, Ishin, Roaming Throne, Attack Trigger Humans, Roaming Throne Vampires, Roaming Throne Zombies, Gruul God Stompy, Naya Base Power and Toughness Cat Shenanigans, Pirates, Dino Ramp, Abzan, End of Turn, Graveyard, Token Shenanigans. So that's the plan for today. So what do we want to start with, chat? What are you feeling? I've heard a lot of people say dinos already. Do we want to be dinoing? I actually have another dino deck too that I didn't import yet. This is the second one. Should we? Well, I mean, dinosaurs are that's the big thing from this side, right? Everyone's hyped about dinosaurs. Let's see some dinosaurs in action. So I built 2 dinosaurs decks. The first one was a little more like low-end aggro-y. I mean, dinosaurs are never going to be aggro, but it didn't have all this high-end stuff. Then I was like, you know what? Galta's a really cool card. I kind of want to resolve a Galta and see what happens. What happens if we have a Galta in our deck? So this is super big. Galta hopefully put Gishath into play. Hopefully use that to put Tallies and Earthshakers and Trumpeting Carnosaurs and Bellini's Hatchers into play and use that to take over the game. So let's do some dinoing. Let's start with dinos. Dinos number 1. Calendar of Doom. So Calendar of Doom, unlikely to show up tonight because most likely going to be Fern Against the Odds in the near future on the YouTube. I try really hard not to double up if I can help it. Like, if I know I'm going to use a card for Against the Odds in like the next week, I try not to play it on stream. Hey Seth, are you trying a Boros aggro deck with Anim Pelik Thousandth Moon in it? Do I have a deck with Anna? I feel like I do. Oh, it's in the Ishin. It's in the Ishin Attract Trigger deck, I believe. I didn't build just a straight up aggro deck, but it is in that deck. Yeah, this is good enough. We're on the play. So the 1 mana, I'm actually a little skeptical of the 1 mana Ram spell. I'm curious. I see a lot of people playing them. Our standard's so removal heavy. I feel like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So my theory with dinosaurs was play resilient ramp that's not going to die to removal. So instead of playing like the one mana mana dork, we're playing Topiary Stomper, we're playing the Iron Crag, we're playing the Ramp of Basic Forest, whatever that card's called. So we're playing all ramp that's not going to die to removal. Whether or not that's the right choice compared to just playing the one mana mana dork, which is a little faster, I'm not actually sure yet. So we're gonna find out. I've seen a lot of other people playing the mana dork. You love Damo. Honestly, if there was ever a day that we could get away with playing it, it's probably today. I feel like early access day is less disruption heavy than actual standard is. So we probably could get away with it. What is the one mana dork? Ixalan's Diviner or something? It's just it's a Birds of Paradise on the ground, but only for dinosaurs, essentially. Ellenister, and also your love demo. Ooh, opponents exploring. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I also, I build a budget explorer combo deck, which I don't know if it'll work or not, but oh my god. Oh chat. Oh, our first big decision, chat. Are we doing any Merfolk today? Do I have a Merfolk deck? Let me look. I built so many decks. I only imported like 10 of them, but I probably built like 25 or 30. Oh, I do have a Merfolk deck. Yeah, we can try Merfolk if you want to. You want to try Merfolk? Yeah, we can do some Merfolking. I haven't imported it yet, but it's easy enough. Stone Rain, die on the vote. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Okay, our options are this. We can play Bonehoard Dracosaur because it's a really good card. We can play Raptor. If we play Raptor and hit a land, oh, we gotta try it. We gotta try. It's got Ward. If we Raptor and hit a land, we get to play Galta. And if we get to play Galta, wow, is next turn going to be sweet. If we draw an untapped land, this is going to go off. We even have Caverns, so I can't counter it. It's going to be so incredibly good. I'm old enough to remember the Monday stream. Oh, yes. When we first started streaming, it's funny that the stream is like... The stream is kind of like slowly tapered down. When we first started streaming, wow, why are you leaving a mana? We have Cavern. It's not like you're going to counter our stuff anyway. When we first started streaming, we streamed 3 days a week. I don't know if I ever streamed 4 days a week. And then I went to 2, and now it's currently kind of at 1. Opponent with a big attack. Well, we're gonna just take the beats. We're gonna take the beats. It's gonna hurt, but we're gonna draw an untapped land, and it's gonna be so worth it. No blocks. This thing is kind of going off. This is a 6/7. Come on, deck. Oh, the dream of dreams. We will tap this to make our Galta uncounterable. Oh, this is going to be a turn. Galta, Stampede Tyrant, uncounterably. Any number of creatures into play, like, for example, a Gishath and a Trumpeting Carnosaur, and also a Bonehoard Dracosaur. Yes, all 3. We will discover with Carnosaur. Oh my god, what a turd. Into an Iron Crag. And, well, attack you. Opponent. No. Seriously, opponent. Seriously. Well, that was still a pretty good turn. Oh, you should have taken the hit, opponent. If you're gonna scoop anyway, just let us get the Gishath trigger. Do I like streaming? I do. The thing I like about streaming is y'all, like, there's things I like about making YouTube content. I like stuff like the iceberg video, the cheaters video, stuff like that. I enjoy the process of like making videos about Magic's history. That just doesn't work on stream. The thing I love about streaming is it does something that you can't get on YouTube, which is the like hanging out with all of you. Y'all are like my friends, and we get to hang out and just like have a good time. That's the part of streaming. As far as Magic, like it's you can do the same. Ooh, MTG Malone, not Posty. Why is the stream going down to roughly once a week? So yeah, the current schedule is every Tuesday and then some bonus streams for like early access day and different stuff like that. It's mostly been a product, like, so 2 things. One is doing more other stuff, which is mostly like YouTube stuff, but we just keep doing more and more other YouTube stuff that takes a lot of time. So that's one of the big reasons. The other reason is, sadly, it's just the thing that makes the most sense to cut, because Magic on Twitch is kind of like started trending down when the YouTube is doing really well for whatever reason. So whenever it comes to like, okay, I got to cut back on something because we're doing this new stuff, it's the stream that always gets the short end of the stick. What do you think of the set so far? Set is really, 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 really super sweet. Although right now I wish I had a Cavern of Souls. How do we not draw a cavern? They're going to counter this, right? Well, I mean, whatever. What can we do? Yes, opponent. Hulking Raptor, please don't counter it. We didn't draw our cavern. Hey, what's up, Mega Man? Wow, they didn't counter it. Okay. Another retro game being played by me. Hey, what are you retro? Oh, opponent. What are you retro gaming today, Mega Magic Garp? Oh, you're making content again, Stone Rain? What, going to make content again, but it's going to be for Honey Wholesaler making meat. Ooh, that actually sounds really cool. Oh, does this work? What does this do? Okay. Other dinos have face. ETB's 201 dino eggs. At the beginning of combat. Okay, so we do get a hasty one. All right. Well, opponent, since you're not letting us do our cool things. I mean, I guess Pellini's Hatcher. Isn't Pellini a sandwich? I feel like Pellini's a sandwich. Is that not a sandwich? It sounds delicious. I kind of want a Pellini now. Hey, what's up, Babs? How are you? Maliricu for the 1-year resub. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop to Pellini bread. Yeah, there's restaurants, right? Pellini bread. It's like the pocket bread, like a pita kinda. Pellini. This is standard. I would like, ooh, ancient one. I would like to learn to make mead. I don't even really drink, but I think it would be cool to know how to do. Plus, if you know how to make mead, and then you have, you know, the zombie apocalypse or whatever, that would be a useful skill, right? Useful Armageddon skill. All right, top Yuri's number. Let's keep ramping. I mean, our dream is that our opponent taps down, and we Gishath them for Bitter Triumph, sure. I mean, our dream is our opponent taps down, and we just absolutely get them. Or we just draw a Cavern. Cavern would also do that. Pellini's Hatcher is a reference to Atla Pellini. Oh, is that the owner of Pellini bread? All right, let's... Wait, why... Oh, that's the creature land. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll have to settle for... a little Cascading. Wait, twice damage. What does this say again? When it enters the battlefield, you can pay 2. When you do target dinosaur deals damage... Oh, the correct thing to do is probably just kill this bloodletter. That treatment's... Look at that treatment. That treatment's sweet. I have not played with a Goyf deck yet. I have played against a Goyf deck, and it did not impress me. Although I think tonight is the night. No one's playing Graveyard Hate. So I think tonight is actually the night when we could Goyf them. I think we could actually probably dominate with Goyf tonight. This can't block, right? Can't attack. Wait, can't attack or block. All right, get in there. Hit ya. Which dinosaur would be the tastiest? Ooh. I mean, easy answer is this, right? The egg's probably pretty good. The eggs, that would make a mean omelet. Most dinosaurs don't look that tasty, honestly. Like, would you really want to eat a Gishath? A Carnosaur? Like, they look very tough. Any cave shenanigan plans? All right, so Delphi Guru, I will give you a sneak peek. Monday's budget magic is caves, and I will say I'm not going to give away too much because I don't want to spoil the video. Caves blew me away. So I went into caves thinking of them as probably very bad gates, and I still think they're probably worse than gates, but they are way better than I expected. Caves might actually be Like, it's time. It's time, opponent. It's time to make you die. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. It is... Actually, if we... Oh, they're gonna... Okay, we'll kill you. Good game. We don't even get our Gishath trigger. I almost wanted to attack with less than lethal just to get the trigger, but... Am I aware what the opponent's doing? No, not really. Are they doing something meaningful? It looks like they just played a Crim. Kind of like... Are they trying to fling? Maybe they're trying to fling. Damage doubler fling is 18, right? Maybe that's what they were trying to do. That would make more sense. I thought they were just like a janky Crim deck. Yeah, they would probably taste like tough chicken, I think. I do love Lich Knight's Conquest. Ooh, casually, that's kind of cute. I mean, I think that's going to be the main. So I think Ancient One as a creature is a bad card. Like it is a trap. It's not good. It's not. It reminds me. Oh no, chat, help me. Okay, original Innistrad era. Maybe it was Dark Ascension. Remember the Scobs? There was a 3-mana 5/6 flyer or something. But you had to exile 3 cards from your graveyard to cast it. Do you remember what card is it? Scob Ruinator? Do you know what card I'm talking about? And people were like so hyped and thought that card was going to be so good. And people realized pretty quick that it is actually almost impossible to cast, and it never did anything. I feel like we might be in a similar situation. But I do really like the Ancient One. Obnixos is a cool synergy. Fight rigging is a cool synergy. Flinging is a cool synergy. I think that's gonna be the main value. I don't think you can. So I built a Goyf deck, and maybe we gotta. There's so many things we gotta try tonight. Maybe we try the Goyf deck tonight too. I built a Goyf deck, and I put all the Goyfs in, and as I was building it, I realized I don't even know if I want Ancient One in this deck. I think I ended up with like 1 or 2 copies of Ancient One, but I think it's just worse than the other Goyf. So I like slowly. Well, Dinosaurs actually feels kind of busted. I know it's early access day. You don't want to read too much into early access day, but like Cavern is kind of sweet. Hulking Raptors Ward is big. Like we're just casting big Timmy Dinosaurs and people are dying. Opponent. Volatile Fault. I don't know about Volatile Fault in Standard. Not sure about that. Isn't Field of Ruin just better? Like, this is 1 less mana, but you don't get a land back. You only get a treasure. Oh, okay. Opponent wants to do a little splunking. Sure. Well, we get 2 mana. That's not enough, though. And we don't have... Oh, we need 1... You know what? Let's play another one of these. We're just going to keep playing Hulking Raptors until we get to this Galta and dump our hand. My Gishath Dinosaur deck is eating so well. Hey, Cease. How are you? Come here, Cease. People want to see you. You have fans. Say hello to your fans, Cease. Say hello. Hello, Cease. How are you, kitty? Can you say hi to your fans? Oh, you got sharp fingers, kitty. Careful with that scratching. You got to be careful. It hurts. Restless Ven. So, I don't know. You have no idea what our opponent's doing here. Why? Oh, careful, Cease. There you go. Well, all right, opponent. We have successfully galted. Oh, this is so brutal. Put those into play. And then do a little attacking. And do a little... I don't even know if Gishath is necessary. People just die before the trigger even comes down. She always... You are... Cease, come here. Are you grumpy? Are you a grumpy looking cat? Let me see. Are you grumpy? Hey, Cease. Oh, ow. You got me right in the lip. You gotta be careful. You got those sharp claws, Cease. You got those sharp claws. Yeah. Look at you. Are you getting my mic? That's not a toy. Careful. Look at your claws. All right, there you go. Yeah. She's persistent. I don't know if she's grumpy. She's persistent. My goodness, she's persistent. It's so funny. So I don't know what the cat psychology is. I think I told you before how she was waking me up like all the time in the middle of the night. It was like driving me insane because, wow, look at this ramp. It was driving me insane because she would like at least twice a night, and she was very persistent. She'd come and meow and scratch. She had everything she needed. She had food, she had treats. Like, there wasn't anything she wanted. She just wanted to wake me up, and it was starting to drive me crazy. And then I went to Vegas for the Magic Con, and I came back, and she has been a brand new cat. She just lays on the bottom of the bed, sleeps through the night, wakes me up at like in the morning, which is fine. Like, I don't know why, but for some reason, me going to Vegas for a week, like, totally has just changed her outlook on life. Urza Planeswalker, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. She might have thought you were dead when you were asleep. Maybe that's it. Maybe she was trying to make sure I was alive. About it. Wedding announcement. Oh, please. I'm almost feeling like dinosaurs are too good. Are dinosaurs too good? Like, this almost isn't even like we're playing the same game as our opponents here. We're just like playing such efficient threats at every, like, this isn't even like a good hand. This is okay. We just roll the top Fury Stompers. We didn't do anything cool though, and we're still just like, we're smacking them. We're just smacking them. Well, let me see Die on the phone. Want to show 2 brews, 1 not mine, but so sweet wanted to show it. Ooh, let me take a look. Fatty Shoes, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. About it. Oh wait, I opened the same one twice. Ooh, Hatcher. So close to double Hatcher. Well, let's play Hatcher. Hatchosaur. Go to combat. Sack this. Even when Dinosaurs runs average, it feels really good. Hit ya. Opponent, do you have fair? They had double ossification. Double ossification. And I still don't think it's gonna matter. Kira Ashmore, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your Ooh, Dracosaur, cute. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Well, I think we just get back a top Fury Stomper. Our goal here is to make our opponent die this turn. I don't know if we can quite do it through the Dracosaur, because that kills something. And then they can chump something. We might be just short, honestly. How goes early access? Had a heck of a day today. We actually just started, dog. We just started. Hopefully it's been a good day for you. But yeah, we only played a couple of matches. Oh, okay. That's a really good one. Galta. Sure, I don't think we need that anymore. Hatcher. Yeah. That's a hasty Galta. We'll sack an egg. Oh, now that's gonna do it. That Galta off the top. That's gonna make him die. Oh, Dino power. Maybe Galta's actually good. Maybe Galta's good. Hey, welcome, Fatty Shoes. Thank you for the sub and welcome to the stream. Wow. Okay, we'll do a couple more with Dinos and then we're gonna switch because I'm starting to think Dinos is just like real. Thoughts on Storm the Festival and Dinosaurs? Works well with Ramp Raptor. I think it depends on your build. I think the problem with this build is we're really focused on cheap ramp and then expensive dinos. Where's the dino list? So I don't think it would be very good in this list in specific, because what are we going to hit? Like, odds are we have a few 5s, which are fine. Raptor's okay. But like most of the time we can't hit our good stuff and we will hit this stuff down here. So I think I would focus more, if I was going to play a Storm of the Festival dinosaur deck, I would really want to fill out like the 5-drop slot, the rest of the Dracosaurs, something else in the 4-drop slot, and cut back on some of this top end stuff. Are we playing Quintorius? Yeah, I haven't got to play Quintorius deck. It is at the top of my list of decks I want to try. All the Descend cards make me feel like Dredge's Stretch, creating extra gas and Explorer Historic. What do you think about it? Yeah, I think that's probably going to be their best home. I'm not sure they're good enough for like real Dredge. Yeah, we got the new Rampant Growth in this deck. What about the 1-drop Mana Dork for Dinos? So my current thinking on Dinos, Johnson, is I don't really want ramp that dies to cut down and go for the throw. So this build, the idea is our ramp doesn't die. I don't know if that's the best philosophy or not. So essentially, our ramp's a little slower, but our ramp is not going to die to all the popular removal spells. So far, it's been working out. I could see an argument for going the other way where, yeah, it kind of is Richard's philosophy in Commander, but we gotta Earthshaker Dreadmaw. We gotta Earthshaker Dreadmaw. We actually might see it too. So I really like, cause like, here's a situation where if you play the Mana Dork, it gets strangled, it gets torched, whatever. And then you're like playing off curve the whole game. I don't know. I've just been burnt so much by Mana Dorks in this standard that I'm very, very, very skeptical of them, even though it is a really nice to have a 1-mana 1 for dinosaurs. When do we see a 12 Field of Ruin deck? Also, I'm not sold on Pugnacious Hammer Skull either. Do we just play more of this? So we could play this and what? Draw 2? We could play this and then do more next turn. How many cards do we need to draw to be happy here? You know what? Let's just keep hulking. Do a little hulking. I think we actually just run out the frill back. We're going to try to maximize this Dreadmaw next turn is our current plan. We have a new donation from Grey Wolf. Oh, wow, double Hammer Skull. $5 donation. Also going to be sweet. Hey, Seth, I like your content, including Budget Magic. Was wondering if you'd consider playing a match or two of non-budget versions at the end of each Budget Magic video. Ooh, thank you so much for the donation, Grey Wolf. Maybe. Ooh, oh, that's actually kind of sweet. Okay, that was kind of low rolly, but this is a quit that's actually really good because now we can do this. I think we actually flip this. As weird as that sounds. And then pay. And then you can snipe you. And no attacks. Well, Earthshaker Dreadmaw, not looking bad. So Grey Wolf, yeah, I can try to do more with non-budget stuff. So the problem with just doing matches is like I feel like Budget Magic can already be really long. So I don't know if I want to make the videos even longer by adding in more video. Oh, Carnosaur. I don't know if I want to make the videos even longer by adding in the non-budget versions, but I think I can do something with it, whether it's a standalone video or I'll try to figure out something. Well, let's do a little cascading here, a little trumpeting into another hulking raptor. I don't even know if we want to play the Jetmir's Garden. Unfortunately, their 6/6 is kind of holding us back. If a creature would explore, instead you scry 1 and explore. I'll get in with the Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Is there a tally in this deck? There is a single tally. There's one. I feel like Carnosaur is... Well, it's probably not better than a tally, but you know, I would rather... It's not legendary, so I'd rather play more... Carnosaurs, I think. Oh, opponent's also trying to dine it. Why are they playing twists and turns? All right, let's draw something big. Let's draw something big here. Glimpse isn't that big. Well, okay. Keep thinning the deck. Grab a forest. Do we just... Oh, we can equip. What happens if we just all-out attack? I think we just all-out attack. Whatever. Do your worst, opponent. Here comes the Dinos. Thoughts on naming Dinosaur with Cavern of Ixalan in Domain? I'm so confused. Thoughts about naming Dinosaur with Cavern of Ixalan in in a Domain deck. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that's the thing we'll see. Like, I think so there's two ways to play Cavern. One is to play in a deck that's a whole bunch of, one creature type, and use it as like a dual land that also gets through counters. The other way to play Cavern is make sure your Italia resolves. Make sure your Atraxa resolves. You just have this one big powerful thing that that you need to have resolve. So I think that Cavern, as much as it's nice for vampires and merfolks and that kind of stuff, it might be even more impactful for letting the Atraxa decks make disappear and disdainful stroke and so forth. Hey Seth, is there anything about MTG that you feel like you somehow don't know, but at this point you're too afraid to ask? Ooh, I'm pretty bad with rule stuff. I know that. Yeah, we're gonna switch it up after one or two more matches. I think we've seen so my early impression of dinosaurs is they seem very good. Like they're efficient. We'll see. So we're on early access day. People are trying new things. How did dinosaurs do? How did dinosaurs do against the farewell domain Esper meta? Like, what happens if people aren't playing their brews? Does it still hold up? That's another question. But as far as the early results are concerned, dinosaurs have felt great. They felt super great. How do you like Raptors so far? It's seemed very good. Our deck is very good at casting it on turn 3. And on turn 3, it's really hard for most decks to interact with thanks to the ward. So it's actually felt very good. We might be getting run over here. Ooh. Does Raptor change things? So play this on Dinosaur. Well, all right, Raptor. We will see. Can Raptor keep us in this? I mean, if our opponent's going to kill it, they got to basically skip their turn, right? So even if it dies, Sunfall Farewell, yeah, that's kind of an issue. How to beat Chandelar as fast as possible. Apparently you need to know Frank Karsten. Apparently that's the cheat code. Are the Gishaths necessary? Seems like in matches you've played, you haven't really needed them. No, I wouldn't say they're necessary. They're cool, though. I just think to get that Gishath is a cool card. So I'm playing it more because I like it than I think it's super necessary. Although it might be good here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could just try to set up. So we can just, well, all right. This is probably the correct play. Like, we have a uncounterable Trumpeting Carnosaur. How do we say no? How do we say no to that? All right. Well, that's not the best hit, but get it out of the deck. Play the Restless Ridge Lad. Pass the turn. Even with the trigger resolving, yeah, I mean that is nice. Like, it is just a big hasty attacker. The 1-drop Ramper is really good. You think so? I'm really on the... I don't know. I mean, it is good. Like, historically, throughout Magic's history, 1-mana Mana Dork's very, very, very powerful. I'm not convinced I really want to play them in Standard, though, as weird as that sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... We're one short again. Well, Dracosaur. Glimpse the core. Get a forest. How do we not die? How do we not die here? Do we attack the Quintorius, or do we have to stay on defense? So if we attack here, we can block here, block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or should we just be attacking face? Oh, there's a Restless Prairie. Ugh. Huh. That changes it. Block here, die. But what if they fire this up? If we have 2 blockers, they fire this up. We block that. We block this. But that pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we actually can attack or we die. Werebear is definitely one of the most flavorful mana dorks. Best flavor text on a mana dork, probably. I don't even know if anything else. What else is even in the running? What is your opinion of the Jurassic World crossover cards? I still think, like, one thing I've realized about these Universe of Beyond sets. Okay. Well, go Geshath, I guess. Decline. Here we come. This better be good. Pound it. How much blocking are we doing? A lot. I probably should have played Galta, shouldn't I? Yeah, I guess that would have been better, wouldn't it? Opponent's going to block with everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, all right. We get to kill a bunch of stuff. See, now our opponent doesn't think we have Galta, because it obviously would have been good to play Galta. So next turn, when we Galta Geshath, our opponent is not going to see it coming. It's all the long con. Although I don't know if we live long enough to get to the long con, because Quintorius is good. I don't know why people think Quintorius is bad. Quintorius is so good. Like, Quintorius is so good. Are we literally dead? Opponent, explores, duelist. Yeah, I don't think we can win from here. Down to 5. They just block everything. Galta. I think we finally lost. We finally found a way to lose with Dinos. The power of elephants. Elephants beat Dinos, apparently. Hit ya. Opponent lets it go. Okay. Oh, come on, Magic Gods. Oh. Okay. I've come to the conclusion that Dinos are really good, but Geshath... I was hoping Geshath would be different than last time. Last time Geshath was in Standard, it was basically stone unplayable. I was hoping this time, for some reason, it would be different. One more Dino game, we're gonna switch it up. But no, Geshath still doing Geshath things. Pioneer Mississippi River, eh? Ooh. Oh. The idea of copying Quintorius a bunch of times is really funny. Is this guaranteed? The challenging part is you only get to do it once, right? So you're like Quintorius, you Cascade, you hit a Spark Double, you copy Quintorius, you Cascade. Is a single Quintorius lethal is the question. Oh, this hand is slow. I think we try it. Is a single Quintorius lethal? So you play a single Quintorius. Copy it 8 times. 9, 10 times. That does look like that's an idea. That is a cool idea. It's a little... yeah, I mean, I guess Mississippi River is not a bad comparison. It's a little zombie honey. Like, if you don't find the Quintorius, it's going to be a little sad. I guess you really need to hit Quintorius or Trumpeting Carnosaur. That's a really cool brew, though. I haven't seen that brew before. I've heard people talking about the copying it combo. You can't have companion. Wait, why can we not companion? That looks like a legal Karuga deck, right? Everything must cost 3 or more. Mana value 3 or more. That seems like it works. Archburglar Lord, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Well, we're gonna do a little Carnosauring of this scary 2-drop. Hey Seth, can you take a look at this deck, please? It's a challenge I set myself for commander. Here's all my 0/1 deck with. Here's all my 0/1 creature deck with the new partner Francisco. Ooh, that does sound spicy. Tap land, eh? Huh. We were kind of hoping for an untap land. All right. Well, I guess we got to play the throwback as a blocker here. Would have been nice if we could kick it once and get rid of those twists and turns, but all right, opponent. Only playing 0/1s is a super cool. That's a super cool commander theme. I had not considered that with Francisco. I was thinking, oh, that's cool. There's a black pirate partner now, but no, it's a the missing piece of 0/1 dot deck. That actually looks super funny. I like it. Opponent gonna do a little spelunking. Why not use a Gishath avatar while playing dinosaurs? I don't really like changing my avatar constantly. Although we might have to change it because I don't really like it, Johnny. Whereas my Flibblethip is lost but seeking. I mean, we usually only play a deck for a few matches on early access day, so I don't know if we want to change it that frequently. That'd be the big reason. It was a very big challenge. I was digging in the barrel for anthems. Yeah, it's a really cool idea. I really like it. Yeah, how's Quintorius been for you, Joe? I feel like Quintorius is a... Do we need to be scared of this? Yeah, probably. Still would like to draw land. Just drawing a land here would be pretty nice. About it. Splunkin'. Uh-huh. I mean, maybe Segovia's not. Maybe we don't got to worry about it that much. I don't even know if Segovia is worth it in Merfolk. It seems like our opponent's a Merfolk deck. Yeah, what do you want to see next? We're gonna switch after this round. We did not draw a land. No land. Well, I mean, I guess we just have to Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Hope to draw a land or two. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Dinosaurs with no lands is not good. Not good. Do VIP accounts have all the avatars, companions, card sleeves? No. So the VIP accounts normally don't really have much, but you have like infinite gems. Like today with all the decks I built, I had to like, you have infinite wild cards and gems. So when I built the decks, I actually had to take in and use wild cards to build them because none of the cards are in the collection. Hey, what's up, folks? How are you? This is the first deck we've played. Red Blue Pirate Artifacts. I built a pirate deck. I wasn't exactly sure how to take advantage of the artifact aspect. Like there's breaches makes treasures, so you get some like natural synergy, but well, let's glimpse the core. Get a forest. I feel like something bad's about to happen. You don't play Invasion of Segovia unless you're trying to do something sweet with it. I feel like something's going to go very wrong if we don't kill it. I mean, it might go very wrong anyway. I feel like Explorer's going to be a lot less of a deck than last time around. Like, I feel like... Let's go to combat. We're at 20. Let's smack them a little bit, see what they do. Just a little off the top. I feel like, so last time we had the mechanic in standard, there were straight up explored decks. Like, you could build an explore deck. I don't know if there's an explored deck in this standard, if that makes sense. Like, I think individual explore cards are good, and we'll see the individual explore cards, but I'm not sure that there's like a deck that puts them all together, because there's not really a payoff. There's no wild growth walker, essentially. Wow. All right, opponent. Going to do a bit of memory deluging, although that does not work with Convoke as well as our opponent wanted. Does not work with Convoke, actually, like, literally at all. Hey, what's up, Lucid? Yeah, bonus stream this week. Early access. I want to make a control deck with Millennium Calendar when gone. That seems kind of realistic. I feel like there's going to be a lot of heartbreak with Millennium Calendar. It doesn't seem impossible. It doesn't seem impossible to actually pull off, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of getting close only to have it get blown up or you die. I will say, I think Deeproot Pilgrimage, super overrated. I think this card's actually bad. I'm surprised so many people are hyped about Deeproot Pilgrimage. I feel like it's bad. I feel like it's straight up bad. I heard people being like, "Oh, this is gonna bring Merfolk back in Modern or something." I was like, "This card, really? Like a single hexproof Merfolk turn is going to." That's going to revitalize. It's going to revitalize the archetype in the format. So I'm just not seeing it. Now we get a little mana. Boy, we are just... Oh, we've been so mana. We're way behind Merfolk on mana at the moment, which is so awkward. How do we avoid death? We do need to not die. So we can play this and kill something. But then we can't do anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, boy, we're so light on mana. Do we really just want to play this and bite and then do nothing? That seems so bad. Maybe that's what we got to do, though. We can also just Hatcher to put a bunch of bodies on the battlefield. Yeah, I think Hatcher's better. So Hatcher, make dinos. Yeah, that's probably good. Sack a dino. No attacks. We'll see on defense. If our opponent wants to spend their turn memory deluging, that's fine. I feel like, for me, the Merfolk Stifle creature... If there's something that's going to make Merfolk make it come back in Modern, that's the card. That would be my pick. Not Deeproot Pilgrimage. Didn't we have, like, last time we were in Ixalan, do you remember it was a 3-mana enchantment that was when you cast a Merfolk, you get a 1/1 hexproof Merfolk? People were hyped about that, and then that, like, never really did anything. Quintorius Stormus deck. Let me see, Rebel. Jeskai Discovery, eh? Ooh. Osher, really, the blue god is spicy. Alright, there's a memory deluge. I mean, being able to rebound the Nihiri's, the Ren's Resolves type effect seems pretty sweet. That's a cool idea. Hinata, this is a spicy build, Rebel. Wait, what does Hinata work with? Yeah, we'll play some Quintorius soon. Yeah, that one's definitely spicy. The Blue God is a card that I was kind of thinking was not going to be good, but maybe it's better than I give it credit for. All right, well, now I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Still cannot play this Gishath. So this is 4. We'll play the tap land. play this. Fight down the Hexcatcher. Sack the egg. I mean, we might kind of be the aggro now. At least a little. Yeah, get in with those two. Opponent. Gonna do some blocking. Yeah, the Mississippi River idea is really cool. I wonder, maybe Pioneer's the best format. Pioneer or Explorer, that might be the best way to do it. The blue god casts the creature enchant side on rebound if you choose. Ooh. Really? That's kind of a neat synergy. Wait, does that actually work? Judge! The new Dreadmaw is definitely way better than the old one. Is that actually true? I mean, after last early access is when I learned that you could flashback adventure creatures with Leer from the graveyard. So at this point, if it has to do with adventures, it doesn't make sense to me that you can rebound the creature side, but adventures do weird things, so maybe that's actually true. If you rebound an adventure, you can cast either half. Interesting. Wait, why do they have two Earthshaker Dreadmaws? Oh. That's awkward. Opponent. Wow. Gishath, maybe Gishath is just bad. Now we can't even attack. So I guess we just have to tally, which is so boring, but what else can we do here? A tally. Into a Hatcher. And the worst memory deluge ever. Ah, the Hatcher's good. Well, sack an egg. Sack an egg. If we attack with everything, do they die? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't die. They have to block everything? And they're going to have 2 6/6s left over. But they also have the Vine Stalks. Okay. So I guess we can't attack. So it's been a very strange game. That Blue Sun's Twilight did some serious work for our opponent. Stealing our Dreadmaw and copying it was kind of ridiculous. Does the trample change it, though? Would it make them block with this? If they have to block with the Dreadmaw, it's fine. I think. So if we attack with everything, opponent, if this blocks here, they take 4, 5. Oh, maybe we can attack then. Because this makes them block with the Dreadmaw, right? And then they hit us for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what? Math is for blockers, as someone said. Let's do it. Let's do it. Full send. Yeah, I trimmed it a little bit. It's growing back. I trimmed it and immediately regretted it, like always. Yeah, so one is going to get through. The question is, do they have to... I think they have to block the Itali with the Dreadmaw. Or else they die to the trample. So the problem, we need them to trade off the Dreadmaw. If they don't trade off the Dreadmaw, we just die in the backswing. I believe that if they don't block Itali with Dreadmaw, then they lose. Opponent's figuring it out. So they should lose their entire board. They'll have a Dreadmaw in the creature land, and we'll still have our board. So unless our opponent can find a way to I don't know. Draw some Simic Burn. We should be good. Dandy Floss, welcome to the Fishbowl. 3 years with the second best beard in. Wait, who's number one, Dandy Floss? Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big soup here for you. You better not be saying Vince. Hey, what's up, Paladin? Wow, opponent chose death. They needed to keep that. They needed to keep that hexproof Merfolk. That 1/1. They had to. It had to survive. Oh, opponent. All right, what are we playing next? What are we playing next? Hey, the attack worked. Oh, sorry, I'm still this end of this cold. I cannot get over the end of it. Just hanging on. So what do we learn about dinos? So I would say dinos. We only lost once. I think dinos felt really good. Like I said, we'll see how it holds up against the real meta. Just standard, yeah. There's no. I mean, I guess draft is an option, but we don't usually do draft on early access. But yeah, there's no other option. You can't play other formats tonight. It's just standard. All right, let's try Soul Sisters. So dinos, I would say A tier. I mean, and this is the early access grades. Again. Early access, I love it. It's one of my favorite things of the whole Magic calendar. But I have learned not to take it too seriously as far as what decks will actually make it, because the meta is just so much different. Soul Sisters. Why would you play Soul Sisters in standard? Well, we now have Amy. Let's go with Amy. We got Amy Aguirre. To join Voice of the Blessed is 2 creatures that are going to grow as we gain life. So now we can actually overload on Lunarch Veterans, a Soul Sister, to gain us life. We have Elis Elcor, a Soul Sister, that gains us life when a creature comes into play. We have Resplendent Angel is another big payoff for gaining life. We got Gumdrop Poisoner as a removal spell for paying life. Yes, we have a Dirty Shieldred, but it gains us a bunch of life, so I think it's worth it. So let's do some Soul Sistery. Let's give it a try. Hey, what's up, Urza? How are you? Good to see you. Yes, in older formats, so there's Wild Growth Walker, which whenever you explore, you gain 3 life and put a counter on it. So that triggers Amy, which triggers Wild Growth Walker. So it grows it up to 20 power, and then in theory you can just one-shot kill because it'll blow up the board. Oh, what was your bad dad joke, Stone Rain? I totally missed it. Also, how are you, Stone Rain? How are things going? The dirty Shieldred. I know, but it gains life. It's a Soul Sister. I think people really like Dominator United from newer sets, but I don't know about it being better than old Innistrad. Oh no. Did I not make a mana base for this deck? I mean, we're going to try this. Oh, hopefully this is just a weird hand and I remember to add dual lands. Drafted Arena Cube yesterday. I'm sure Seth can appreciate the deck I drafted. 4-color good stuff with Yarian as a companion. Went 7-2 on the final match with the Tallies flip side. Ooh. That sounds super fun. Ooh, Sovereign. I have a deck with Sovereign. I wonder how good Sovereign is. It seems like it can be absolutely bonkers if you get to attack with it. Whether or not you can get to attack with it is another question. Yeah, we got the limited mana base. Hey, that's a dual land. All right, so we play this. Corneas, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super thank you. The worst dad joke of all time. Here goes. When I eat a banana, I only eat one because more than one is bananas. Oh god. You're gonna have to tell it to Tomer, Stone Rain. That is so dad jokey. You know what? Your stuff can live, opponent. We're gonna play our Soul Sisters. We need a way to gain life though. Where's our life gain? Voice of the Blessed and Amy. No way to gain life though, unfortunately. We're missing, there's no soul. Where's our soul? Yeah, that is such a Tomer joke. They're not even dad jokes to me anymore. They're Tomer jokes. Tomer loves his dad jokes. Real quick, I need some help inputting something for math. 1 in 200 chance of a desired result. 4 attempts at a success at a time. What's odds I can need the first time? I don't think that it's a 1 in 50 chance, but I want to run it by someone. That sounds right, isn't it? Would it not be 1 in 50? What is this? Oh, this is the 3-mana cat. And this has higher base power. Well, I guess our opponent gets to draw a card. And we dropped to 12. We're kind of getting massacred here. That's a good draw, actually. Because this gains us life. Okay, so kill the cat. Step 1. Trigger. Explore a land into our hand. Pass the turn. Opponent. Well, there's a sovereign. And that has ward 2. Alright. I mean, we're definitely going to have to kill it. Opponent with a big attack. Why'd they attack with this? That seems greedy. I think our opponent thought the Sovereign was going to trigger. Yeah. I think our opponent thought Sovereign was a little better than it actually is. Yeah, we'll take it. We're the life gain deck. We'll be fine. We can take 3. Hey, what's up, Naz? How are you? Opponent counters up the Sovereign. Well, this time I think we can discard a card. Discard the cave. Kill the cat. Pay the ward. Whew. Opponent made it close, but Soul Sister... Without any Soul Sisters. That's the problem. We haven't hit the life gain, but we're staying in it. Does Untapped have the new cards yet? That's a good question. I have Untapped open. So, if so, you should be seeing them. Oh, what is your custom set about? Wait, what does this do? You gain 2 life. Okay. So fire this up. Go to combat. But it's going to die? Maybe we can't even attack with it. Oh, what a disastrous turn. Attack? Where's all of our life gain? Oh, that was awkward. Oops. I don't even think we can attack with it, though. The fortress would be nice, but... Alright, the cat's back. And to get low, no. And to get lust. An opponent gonna roll it up. Not great. Yeah, that pun of firing up the fortress is gonna probably lose us this game. Oh, Scoured Barrens. All right. Well, Helping Hand. That doesn't even really work. Helping Hand. Get back the Voice of the Blessed. Scoured Barrens. Explore. And die. Oh, not good. Explore. Maybe Amy's not that good. We gotta give it another match, but Amy, I feel like exploring might be a little worse than I was thinking. For some reason, I was thinking that the Explore on Amy would make it like a backup Voice of the Blessed, but it's kind of not. It like is not growing very fast at all. Not even using the maps. You had 2 mana open at... You can only use maps at sorcery speed. Unfortunately. I believe, right? I believe that's the ruling on maps. I can double check, but I'm like 99% sure that you can only use maps as a sorcery, which is weird. I don't under why do you think that is? So we have all these artifact tokens, treasures, clues, blood. Why now would wizards make one and give it this big restriction? Isn't that strange? Because this one so is that really like I mean, is it an arena zoomer thing? You might put a +1/+1 counter on a creature during combat, and that's just that explodes. Can't handle that. They might put a counter on their creature. However, will I block? I don't know. I guess it reminds me of morphs. When they first printed morphs were all over the place. You could flip them up and blow people out. And then we brought morphs back in Khans of Tarkir, which was like a decade ago now. But when they brought them back in Khans, one of their rules is, like, if they cost less than 6 mana or something, they wouldn't flip up into something bigger because they didn't want the, like, feel bad of someone flipping up a morph and getting got in combat. So I feel like maybe that's just Wizards' current design philosophy is no go with anything like that. Like any onboard combat trick, Wizard seems very, very anti, which maybe it's a good thing. I guess it's like a simplifying the game type thing. Fence Post Magi, welcome to the Fishbowl. What is the next level of a Megamorph, though? You got Morph and Megamorph. What if it comes back again? Christoph, welcome to the Fishbowl. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Bonnet gets in, hits us, or not. I mean, this has got to be a good matchup. If we don't win against Mono Red with Soul Sisters, and Soul Sisters just not uber morph. I like it. Gigamorph. Giga Uber Morph. Ultra Morph. Mighty Morphin. Oh, I feel so bad about this turn. I know what we're supposed to do. I don't know. You can't put Shieldred in your deck and not cast it. Maybe we should just not put it in the deck because I feel so bad. It feels dirty. Does it even count as a win? Like, if we win this game, does it even count as a win? Now that we played a Shieldred, yeah, I know, Wargamer, I know. I get it. I feel worse than you do. About it. Shieldred's a sister, right? Shield sister. Map tokens aren't even permanents, or are they countered to permanents? So, map tokens are permanents. Any token on the battlefield is a permanent. There is weirdness with Descend. How many of you knew the Descend thing? So, the way Descend is worded, Descend cares about cards going in the graveyard. Tokens, permanent cards going in the graveyard. Tokens are permanent, so go in the graveyard, but they aren't cards. Excuse me. But they aren't cards, so they don't trigger Descend. Very, very strange. Tokens count for Descend. They don't actually. As weird as that is, that tokens technically don't work for Descend. But probably not for the reason you'd expect. Like, a lot of people think tokens don't go to the graveyard at all. That's something that you usually don't know when you first start playing because it's kind of counterintuitive. But it's actually that they aren't cards, technically. So we gain 2. I mean, I think we just... Oh, we can discard? Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at this combo. We're going to discard a card to kill you. That card is going to be Gumdrop Poisoner. And then we're going to do a little helping hands. Get back the Poisoner. Kill your 2-drop. trigger our Soul Sisters and hit you for lethal. Good game. And that was not even close. Okay, Soul Sisters felt really good there. Soul Sisters felt really good. Why use Bitter Triumph instead of one of the standard bone shards? The big upside of Bitter Triumph is paying 3 life is actually not that bad. Like, a lot of the other bone shard style cards are sack a creature, discard, only options. Or sack a creature, pay like 4 more mana or something, like pay 5 for it. 3 life is actually, yes, the Shieldred card might make it. It might make it. There's a chance. I think it might show up, maybe in sideboards. Maybe once Pelucranos rotates, we'll see some Shieldreds in standard. Tokens count for descended. No, they actually don't. They actually still don't. It's so, I'm pretty sure the answer is they still don't. So let me look up this card. The Myco. So the Myco Tyrant's the best example. You would think that tokens would trigger the Myco Tyrant. Myco Tyrant, at the beginning of your end step, you create X1/1 black fungus creature tokens with blah, 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 where X is the number of times you descended this turn. You descend each time a permanent card is put in your graveyard from anywhere. So it actually doesn't work with tokens. It is so strange, but it really does it. And it's that the issue, as I mentioned before, is tokens are permanents. Tokens go in the graveyard when they leave the battlefield briefly and then they disappear. But tokens aren't cards according to the rules. So since this says you descend when a permanent card is put into your graveyard, it doesn't work with tokens. If this just said you descend when a permanent is put in your graveyard, if that word card wasn't in there, then it would work with tokens. Very, very weird, strange rule technicality. Pedro Headshots for the 11th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I mean, it's probably good. With like, it would be very easy with maps and treasures and clues and all that stuff. It would be very easy to trigger descend. Oh, are we just playing the cheaty land? Yeah, let's play the cheaty land. I don't even know. Do you think the cheaty lands are worth it in this deck? So the cheaty lands, we do have a micro Tyrant deck. The micro Tyrant deck I'm actually pretty hyped about. I don't know. We'll see how good it is. We'll see. But it's this weird Abzan graveyard token deck that plays a lot of cool cards, and I'm curious if it works. Malayan, well, oh boy, here comes the Dinos. Malayan, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Well, I think you get to keep your stuff for a turn, unfortunately, opponent. Let's just... Okay, how do we do this to get the most triggers? So we play a Ganjo. Lunarch Veteran. Trigger. Voice of the Blessed. Trigger. Start growing our friend. I have an all-in Goyf deck, too. The build I ended up with was very... It was not really... It was more of a, like, Mondrak, White Ogier, Ooze deck. 6? I guess we gotta kill it. Yeah, we're gonna get it back from the graveyard anyway, so it seems worth it. Oh, another Voice of the Blessed. Well, play the land. Virtue. You know what? You can have your mana. Let's kill the Paleontologist, actually. Get rid of the Paleontologist. Because that's just going to get back this dinosaur anyway. That was not the best sequencing. Probably should have played the Voice of the Blessed first. But whatever. Soul Sisters doesn't matter. Do you have any cards in Ixalan you wish were a little more powerful as well as less powerful based on spoilers? So obviously it'll be subject to change as we get to play with the cards. Oh, what is this? 4 mana, 4/5 trample reach. Okay. I mean, that is a legal card. Let's get back Ellis Elcor. Tap it. Get some triggers, play a Skrelv, get some triggers. And Soul Sister's doing Soul Sistery things. Good game to you, Fran. And okay, maybe... I mean, this isn't really any new cards, though. I mean, Helping Hand. I guess Helping Hand is a new card. But, like, this synergy exists before. We haven't seen the new cards go off. Cards I wish were more powerful. Honestly, the gods disappoint me a bit. For 60 card formats. I think they're fun commander cards. But I kind of... We'll see. We'll see. Maybe they're better than I think. But my initial impression is the god cycle in general. Not as strong as I would have liked it to be for standard. As far as cards that are too powerful, that one's tough. There's nothing right now that scares me in the Oko Uro like that in that way. So hopefully we're fine. There's nothing that I think is like, oh no, this really should have been toned down. But I do think the gods, I don't know what you would do about it. I don't know. What do you think about the gods? Are they actually going to be good in 60 card formats? Oh, is this a WotC in play? Playing dinosaurs? WotC and their dinos. Yeah, let's just play Ellis. Soul Sister time. I dare you, Seth. Surely you won't be able to withstand the Enigma Jewel with Filgry Silex. Wait, what are you doing with the Enigma and Filgry Silex? So, Enigma Jewel, definitely one of the most interesting cards on the side. That card is so wild. What is the best thing to do with it, though? I feel like I have not figured out anything that amazing to do with it. Do you have ideas? Like, what is the coolest thing you can do with Enigma Jewel? About it. Bonord Dracosaur. That is a good card. And we can't gain enough life to kill it. That's awkward. Yeah, I guess we just gotta play Shieldred. I feel like if your opponent manages to trigger Dracosaur... Oh, that has first strike too. I feel like we lose. I don't know if you survive a Dracosaur. Wow, full value. The dino and the card. That's not good. Venix! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you. Have I tried out the Sultai Graveyard deck today? Is it finally the truth? I haven't, but we probably have to because, I mean, I think it's the truth on early access day. If no one's playing Graveyard Hate, I think it's the truth. We'll give it a try. It's like such a easy... It's such an easy, simple deck to put together that we'll definitely give it a try. I feel like it's got to be busted on early access day. I don't know if that carries over to the real world, but on early access day at least, I think it's actually pretty strong. Is there a way we can kill this Dracosaur? So if we play this, we gain... Oh, we can't. Not quite. Oh, but we can make an angel? Oh, we got to gain 5? We can't even make an angel? That's awkward. Well, I mean, I guess we just play another Voice of the Blessed. Get some triggers. Play a Skrelv. Get some triggers. Hit you for 8. This also has reach. All right, hit you for nothing. Pass the turn. Dracosaur round 2. Oh, double removal. That's not great. Yeah, I don't know why they're Panicked Altasaur. Not a card I had pegged for constructed playable. 5 mana, 4/5 reach, tap it, 2 damage to each opponent. That is the sneakiest of reach. One thing I would like to know is if exiling a commander with crafting still allows it to apply if you put it back into the command zone. Ooh, give me an example. Give me an example of like a card. I'm actually not 100% sure. I'm trying to envision what you mean. So like if you craft would what still happen? About it. Can you meet our mighty voice of the blesseds? All right, Hammer Skull. I mean, somehow this voice is bigger than the dinosaurs, so it's kind of doing its thing. We just cannot quite get through this Dracosaur, though. Yeah, run it out. Might as well. Abundance. Is there a legend that cares about what is crafted with it? Like, what card is this actually in reference to? All right, make a food. Untap. Another voice of the blessed. Well, I mean, I guess we just play a voice of the blessed. Get some triggers. Play Resplendent Angel. Get some triggers. Go to combat. Hit ya. There's no more sneaky reach, right? There better not be. I think this is fine. Get in, hit you for 10. I was thinking if you skin into craft as a craft port for Enigma Jewel if it kept its activated ability. Ooh. Wait. Oh. I don't think so. Voice gets indestructible with 10 counters, I believe. Yeah, it has to have 10 or more counters. So technically not indestructible yet. Although, I don't know how our opponent's deck is actually going to realistically kill it. About it, plays a land. Well, maybe Dracosaur is not as devastating as I thought. Our opponent's had it for 3 turns and it's generated a lot of value, but... Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, okay. That's a new hand. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. Hopefully no removal. I mean, I guess we got the Skrelv. Oh, we're so close to actually closing this out. Opponent. Are you going to try an Invasion of Amonkhet combo deck? What is an Invasion of Amonkhet combo? I mean, we've played Invasion of Amonkhet before, but is there a new combo with Lost Caverns of Ixalan for it? I haven't built a Invasion of Amonkhet deck recently. All right, about it. All right, Watsy staff. Wow, we've drawn literally every voice of the blessed. Well, okay. Voice of the blessed? Get a few triggers. Gumdrop Poisoner. Kill you. Get a few triggers. This should... Wow, still doesn't do it, does it? Oh, actually, how many reachers do they have? 1? They have 1... Oh, this does do it. All right, so Skrelv. You. On red. And big attack. And we got there? I think we got there. Well, apparently if you draw every voice of the blessed, Life is easy in Soul Sister Land. Hey, what's up, dear Michelle? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see ya. All right, let's switch decks again. Let's switch decks. We gotta keep trying new decks. We haven't tried enough. So what? We gotta try Quintorius. Oh, people want to see Goyfs. People want to see the Goyf deck. All right, here's my Goyf deck. I feel like this deck has got to just be. It's got to be like S tier, right? On early access day when no one plays Graveyard 8. Because look at the amount of power this deck can put on the battlefield. So this is what I got for the Goyf deck. You get to play Cruel Somnophage, Souls of the Lost, Urborg Lorgoyf, and a couple copies of the Ancient one. That's so many massive creatures at 2 mana. And then you just gotta fill your graveyard. Gnawing Vermin, Deathbound Sprout, Old Stick Fingers, Lorgoyf, Somnophage. Jace can put a ton of cards in the graveyard. So that's basically it. Just fill the graveyard, play the Goyfs. So let's give Goyfs a shot and see. I feel like this is a deck that maybe it's a really good best of 1 deck. Yeah, Voice of the Blessed can definitely take over a game a little bit. Did Soul Sisters get a new toy? So they got the white black Explorer 2-drop. Although honestly, it seems okay. It seems okay. It didn't feel as strong as I was hoping. We also didn't draw it that much. On the draw. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it. We could use some green mana, but we'll try it. Wait, what was the Invasion of Amonkhet combo? Congrats on joining the Billionaires Cup with Gruff Triplets the other day. That was an amazing game to watch. Yeah, that was... Gruff Triplets is such a cool card. That was that might be the biggest creature. I think it's definitely the most counters I've ever put on a creature. There's probably been, I think the Devilish Valet is probably actually bigger, but... Well, Restless Reef go. 3-hold Thunderhawk. Wait, how does this actually work? Let's see. No. You gotta be kidding me. No. Oh, no. That's graveyard hate. We ran into the one person on early access day who was apparently playing graveyard hate. What are the chances? What are the chances? Oh. No one plays graveyard hate on early access. No one. No one. Literally no one. No one at all, except our opponent. I'm starting to believe I'm going to have to remake the Iceberg now. The Shuffler is rigged. It's rigged against me on early access day. What? Hunter's Blowgun. 1 mana. 2 to equip. +1/+1. A creature has Death Touch as long as it's your turn. Otherwise it has Reach. Okay. Certainly. Sure. Well, I mean, we came here to fill our grid. I guess the good news is... I think we can just outpace this. Like, hopefully we can just put more cards in our graveyard than our opponent can exile with a Lion Sash, because that's really expensive and slow, and they only have 1 actual white source of mana, so maybe we can just dump more things in the graveyard than our opponent can exile. Wait, do y'all actually think the Shuffler's rigged? No. Really? Well, okay, give me your evidence for Shuffler riggedness. What is your best argument for the Shuffler actually being rigged? Ooh, map tokens. Those help fill the graveyard. All right, let's just Chupacabra, Choops Magoops, Mega Choops. Get rid of that graveyard, hit ya. I think matchmaking is rigged, not the Shuffler. 100% sure, and I can explain why. Ooh, I lost, so it's rigged. Well, okay, that makes sense. That actually makes perfect sense when you put it that way. Well, let's Jace full price. Mill 15. We're going all the way. We're going all the way. Mill them all. 15 in the graveyard. No Goyf at the moment, but we do have a Soul of the Lost for next turn, and that's gonna be a big boy. Get in, hit ya. Someone in a million game matchup summary and found the shuffler to be inconsistent. The Earth is flat equals shuffler is rigged. Oh boy, don't get me started on flat earthers. Oh god. I actually find the flat earthers very interesting. There's this famous, it's a great study in cognitive dissonance. There was this, here's, I remember this as one of my favorite examples, and it reminds me of the flat earthers, just like how you can be, there was a documentary where they like did all these tests to figure out, to prove that the earth was flat, and they all came back. They all came back to their own tests that they did. They all came back that no, that wasn't true. But they found a way to like justify it in their head because they just couldn't come. They couldn't come up to the realization. They couldn't admit that that's actually what was happening. My goodness, this is a 2-mana. This is easy mode. This is a 2-mana 25/26. 25/26 on turn 2. Lion Sash, no problem. But there was this famous example. There's this famous example back in the 40s or 50s where there was a doomsday call. There was a doomsday cult that thought the world was going to come to an end, and their leader, this woman that led the group, told them on this day, the whole group, it's on this day the world's coming to an end. These aliens are going to come down, and they are going to take us away, and it is going to be spectacular. They're going to come in our spaceships and fly us to some other planet that's going to be the greatest thing ever. So the people that believe this were so convinced that they sold their houses, they gave away their belongings. What do you need your house for? You're gonna be on another planet in an alien spaceship. So the day comes and goes, nothing happens, of course, and what you would think is, okay, like it didn't happen. Well, I was proven wrong, so I guess I'm gonna go do something else with my life now. No, what actually happened is the people doubled down. They went out the next day and convinced themselves that, no, it's going to happen. We just got the date wrong. They doubled down on witnessing and trying to bring even more people into their group because they just could not. Their brain could not admit that they were wrong. The cognitive dissonance was so strong that they couldn't go, oh my God, I gave my house away. I gave away all my belongings because of this like ridiculous thing. It's so obvious from the outside. Like you can see it so clearly, but when you're in that, the cognitive dissonance, your brain just won't let you. It won't let you do that, even though that is definitely what you need. I love psychology like that. Very interesting. Listen, Seth, I played paper drafts over 10 years. Oh, this was. Hopefully, this did not come across as a rant about Magic because it's not the cognitive. It just got me thinking about cognitive dissonance, so it was not. I've played paper drafts for over 10 years. I've turned 16 lands in paper, never 15, but arena land flood is so bad so frequently, like 2% odds of drawing consistently occurring every 3 or 4 games, that I often run 15 lands in draft on arena, still get flooded. People notice arena shuffler versus how they know paper to play because there's truth to it. Paper simply doesn't have this problem. The rigged deniers can't square this. So Cat Camp Van, what would you say to... So I think the most common response that I've heard to that, and I'd be curious what your take on it is. What about the argument that it's actually because people shuffle poorly in paper? Because I think that's the response I've heard the most, is actually the problem is in paper, you probably don't shuffle that good, or you like kind of mana weave or whatever. So because you're dealing with a more random client arena happens more often. I'm not saying that, I'm not making that argument, but that's the like counterpoint I've heard from a lot of people. You need a video on me on how to shuffle. I'd be the worst one for that. You don't want a video for me on how to, have you ever seen me try to shuffle in paper? I'm the worst shuffler. I'm so bad. Do we not have a creature land? All right, there we go. I mean, while we build a 26 power Soul of the Lost, that's kind of sweet. I mean, our opponent didn't put up much resistance, but this seems kind of busted, right? Look how big this thing is. I don't believe they do it on purpose. I believe the shuffler is bad. Well, I mean, it does not take much. So, okay, so I would say this. Could there be like some sort of issue? Sure. Like, I don't I don't. I've played with WotC Digital for so long, going back to Moto, that the idea that there could be some sort of bug or something that is messing things up, that is super realistic to me. Like, I have very little faith in WotC Digital. So the idea that there could be like some issue that happens, that's believable to me. The arena conspiracies that I have the hardest time with is I see people make arguments like, oh, like, okay, so if I win 2 or 3 games in a row, then arena starts like giving me bad draws and making me flat out so I don't win anymore to like get my win rate down to 50%. Stuff like that. That's the stuff that it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me how WotC, even if they wanted to do that, it would be worth the time and effort to do things like that. Like, oh, or like if they put me into my bad matchups. I'm like, wait, if they're putting you into their bad matchups, doesn't mean someone else is playing their good matchups? Like, how does that all shake out? Because someone else would be getting their best matchup when you're getting your worst matchup. So that's the stuff. The possibility of some like weird bug or something, I wouldn't write that out of hand. Like that seems possible. I mean, my experience with Arena Shuffler is that it's been fine. So I haven't had a lot of personal, like, yeah, there's times when you keep a land heavy hand and draw a ton of lands, but nothing that would be outside the realms of normal variance. And we do know, like, and I think part of it is we do know Best of One has the algorithm or whatever. So Best of One is kind of different in that sense. Yeah, I guess we just... Yeah, let's just Somnophage. Start filling the graveyard. Play the land past the turn. I think have been put into good matchups to get pushed to Mythic with a mid deck. No! That's graveyard hate! No! What is up with this? What are the... Okay, chat. Okay. Two in a row. Wait, this has to be true now. It's rigged. It's rigged. We play a Glyph deck and play against Graveyard Hate every match. Rigged. There's no other explanation. There's no other explanation. I mean, I expect Graveyard Hate in Standard. I don't really expect Graveyard Hate on Early Access Day. Normally people don't play Graveyard Hate on Early Access Day. I have a save clip for myself with 7 cards in hand, casting Seagate Restoration and drawing 8 more lands in a row. It's pretty unlucky. I mean, like, even that though, isn't that just unlucky? That's more Graveyard Hate. Or couldn't that just be unlucky? Like, just because the bad thing happened doesn't mean there's like necessarily an issue. Because there's like so many people playing so many games of Magic. We see that when the hypergeometric calculator all the time. Like, yes, it's really unfortunate that you drew 15 lands out of 18 cards. But that's something that happens once every, whatever, how many 10,000 matches or whatever. But when you think of how many games are being played on Arena, that's happening to someone daily or whatever. Because there's just so many matches being played. So something like that happening on occasion, I think would be random. Like, with real randomness, that's going to happen on occasion. If it happens all the time, that's when it would be an issue. And that's why this stuff is so hard to like... That's why this stuff is so hard to really parse through. Because... when it's an instance of something that happens 1 in every 10,000 games, so how would you track that? Like, if it happened twice as often, you would never know. If it happened half as much as it should, you would never know because it happens so infrequently anyway. So it's very hard without, like, doing some serious statting and just, like, tracking so many games to actually even look into anything like that. These corpse appraisers... I don't feel good about how this match is going, honestly. Opponent's just hating our graveyard left and right. Mill. Wow, where are our creatures? These are 3/3s? That's an embarrassment. Oh, Somnophage. Wait, okay. Look how bad we're milling. I mean, I know they ate a couple creatures, but still. Opponent Gonna reanimate. Wow, opponent is living. Opponent is living the dream. They're just like straight up living the dream over there. Opponent's living the dream. About it. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of... I've never seen any evidence of the shuffler being rigged. Which is, every time I hear evidence of the shuffler being rigged, yeah, opponent's getting us with Galta. Every time I hear evidence, it's always like personal experiences, which are fine. Like, it's a bummer when you flood out or those things happen. But I've never seen any like actual like reliable data that I could point to that would be like, okay, that actually is weird to me. It's always like, I do this myself. It's just how our brains work, but okay, can we not play Graveyard Hate? Can we not play Graveyard Hate? Please, please. They could alternate draw play. I mean, we do alternate play and draw in Magic, right? It's just like random. I really want to build a 5-color commander, but I've never built a 5-color deck before. Suggestions. Ooh, well, what play style do you like? So if you look at 5-color commanders, the most popular are going to be, you can look on EDH Rec, the most popular, Dragon, but that's a dragon deck. So if you like dragons, it's great. Otherwise, not a ton of other ways to go with Dragon. Kenrith is popular. Kenrith you can literally do anything with. Kenrith is very, very, very super open-ended. And then, what are we putting to the bottom here? You know what? Maybe it's one Death Bonnet Sprout. I think that's fine. So you got Dragon for dragons. Kenrith, you can do anything with. Goshintai, you gotta be shrines. I guess Azeka and Joda, you kind of just play legends, but you can go anything as long as you're playing a bunch of legends. I think my personal, like, that's really tough. I like kind of the spicier ones. Like, I think Urtet Mir is really fun. Atagatag is cool. Tom is a cool new one. That's probably what I would go with, but if this is going to be a deck that you like invest a lot in, maybe you just want to go with like Inner Dragon, some like very, very popular, well-known archetype. But it really comes down to your play style, I think. There's plenty of options. Palestine, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super here for you. Thank you. Yeah, ever since Golos got milled, we really could use another gate commander. We're kind of lacking a good 5-color gate commander. Well, do some milling. Oh no, we're gonna get hit by Graveyard Hate. It's coming. Corpse Appraiser coming this turn. It's happening. It's happening. I feel it. They're Grixis. They're vampires. Is Quintorius good? Well, we're going to find out soon because I think that's the next deck we're going to play. All right, we mill, we flip. Play the land. Can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Yeah, I think New Quintorius is really good. I feel like that is a legit sleeper card that maybe is not getting the credit it deserves. Is Discovery good? I mean, it's Cascade, yeah. I mean, so it's a powerful mechanic. Although, honestly, I've seen a lot of Ceradons, trumpeting Ceradons. I haven't seen that many people actually playing full-on Cascade decks, though. Ixalan, I think this Ixalan set's very strong. I do. I think it's, like, very close to Kamigawa power level. Golos is a bit much. It's a bit much. What does our opponent do? Virtue of Knowledge. Otherworldly Gaze. This is something strange is happening over here. I don't know. Maybe it's just like Panharmonicon vampires. I guess it could be. More Blood Tithe harvesting. Sure, sure, sure. Well, do we play two big creatures? We could get got by this Blood Tithe Harvester again. Yeah, let's go attacking. Get in, hit you. Maybe they block. That would be good for us. Wait, what are we tinfoiling now? Oh. There's no way they're going to make another blood token, right? That would be so... You know what? We'll play it safe. Let's just Chupacabra. Get rid of the Blood Tithe Harvester. I want to just run out like 16 power and get them, but I'm very afraid with 3 blood tokens that this Harvester is actually going to snipe our Ancient One. This Chupacabra does seem pretty good. Ravenous Chupacabra was really good. Like, you got to fill the graveyard, but well, they would have gotten there too. They would have actually had enough blood tokens. What is our opponent's deck about? Okay, opponent plays an Ancient One. We will Somnophage and Ancient One. Play the land. All right, no attacks. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. Who's got the better Ancient One? If Arena isn't rigged, how can you explain this? I've been mono black Wazenot for 2 days, and I've seen no control decks, but now I built Turbo Fog. I'm playing against 3rd Esper control in a row. Bad luck? I mean, couldn't it just be like bad luck? And a little bit of like just remembering the times when things run poorly instead of all the other times when they didn't. Opponent. All right, Molten Collapse, sure. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a card this way, target player mills cards equal to its mana value. So opponent still can't block. So let's Soul of the Lost. Sack the Vermin. Snipe an Epicure. Go to combat. Hit ya. Opponent blocks. Down to 6. Well, we'll pass the turn. We got the big board, though. Soul of the Lost seems very impressive. Soul of the Lost seems like the most impressive card. The ability to trigger on any, or grow based on any permanent, not just creature, is actually kind of huge. Sure, we'll sack a Chupacabra. Opponent. That should be game. That should be game. Channel take Numa. Get back to Choops Magoops. Yes. 16 permanents in the graveyard. Untap. Chupacabra. Snipe the Ancient One. And that is a GG. Okay. I mean, I feel like Goyf's got some potential. Goyf's got some potential. I'm still worried about Graveyard Hate in full standard, for sure. The creatures just get so big so fast. So chat, what have you built? What have you built for Ixalan so far? Are you building standard decks, modern decks? Yeah, I mean, we're in early access day. We get to be optimistic and enjoy and enjoy all these these cool things before we go back to the farewell world. This is like Christmas. It's Christmas morning. Everything's good. You're opening your presents. Then the next day you got to go back to school or whatever. And but for today, we can rejoice that our Tarmogoyf's actually winning a game. I have a super cool standard deck in Naya. Ooh, what is your Naya deck? What is your Naya deck like? Oh boy. All right, opponent. Domain. Domain's maybe the best deck in standard. At least one of them. Oh, 2 tap lands. That's awkward. Yeah, it would have been much better to have an untap land. Well, we'll see. We might be too slow here. On the draw. Okay, opponent's Ancient Oneing. Ooh, missing lands. That's awkward. That's not good at all. Well, okay. Somnophage. Please don't mill a bunch of lands. Oh, 2 lands. Okay, pass the turn. Do you listen to Dinosaur Jr.? They're really cool. Thought you might like them based on what you listen to. I've listened to them a bit. I haven't, can you mill us, opponent, please? How do you feel about milling us? I've listened to Dinosaur Jr. a bit. I haven't gotten to, wow, my goodness. Discards a Galta, mills 12. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's just game. Well, okay. Graveyard hate, no lands. Suspicious if you ask me. Something, there's some funny business going on. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Like, our stuff doesn't kill their stuff. This is a pile. This is a pile of cards. Earthshaker Dreadmaw, Leyline Binding, Kalta. It is a pile. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're actually just dead. Here's my deck list for Thousand Moon Smithy. I think Thousand Moon Smithy is actually one of the strongest cards from this set. I think it has potential to be very, very good. All right, one more Goyf game, and then we're going to try some discovering. That's cool. So the first build I built of Thousand Moon Smithy is actually much more artifacty, so it's cool to see a more creature-heavy build. Creatures that make tokens. I will say these tap lands might just not be worth it. Like maybe, so Restless Reef reads like the kind of card that you would really want in a deck like this. It's like perfect. It can mill and fill your graveyard. It's a creature land. But in practice, I'm starting to think that maybe you just need to play all untapped lands. Maybe the tap lands are not worth it, because the only way we're really losing with this deck is just by not hitting our land drops or having our lands come into play on tap. Like, that's the one thing that sometimes gets us. Opponent, attack, map. I mean, this is a safe block, right? We're gonna giant growth us. Yeah, maps are only sorcery. All right. Main phase Wandering Emperor. Yeah, the creature lands are gonna get way better during full standard. Boy, we cannot hit a land to save our lives. All right, well, discard a Chupacabra. Oh, 2 games in a row have just been being super mana screwed. We might play Merfolk. Someone else asked about Merfolk, so we might try Merfolk. Is that a deck you'd like to see? I don't know. Do you think Merfolk can be good? So dinosaurs have proven to be pretty strong. Oh my goodness, it's a land. All right, Tyvar. This should be a pretty good Tyvar. Tyvar take down. get back a Soul of the Lost. Do we even attack? Can we attack? I guess we just wait. Like, what are they gonna do? What are you gonna do, opponent? With your puny 2/2s and 5/6s. Oh, let me see, chicken guy. Yeah, the dinosaurs have felt really good. That's been probably the most impressive deck we've played tonight. Ooh, there's 1,000 moonsmithing. All right, so opponent's gonna make some big creatures too. About it. Well, I guess we eat the land. Okay, so how can we do this? So play Land of Warways. Oh, they're going to be making... Oh, this game's going to get out of hand very quickly. I mean, we can make our... We're going to get to the point where our opponent's going to have to chump block. But is that even... Is that enough? Do we... Maybe we need a fling or something. We have these two huge creatures, but our opponent's just going to chump block them for days. Oh no, if Goyf's met their match, maybe they can't beat Smithies. I mean, yeah. Farewell, Sunfall, Graveyard Hate. I think Graveyard Hate's really my biggest concern. There's so many like good Graveyard Hate spells that it seems like if the deck ever did get good, it would be very easy to make it not good again, if that makes sense. Like, it's so easy to play Soul Guide Lantern or something. Yeah, I don't know what our... Okay, gonna blow up the creature land. Grow our creatures. Yeah, I don't know what our best... I mean, maybe we're trying to, like, win with Jace now? Blossoming Tortoise. Mill some cards. I mean, this Wandering Emperor is also an issue, because it can just snipe our stuff. Opponent ticks up, passes. Well, we'll keep exiling. Another Soul of the Lost. Well, I mean, take down Tyver, mill some cards. Get back his Soul of the Lost. Yeah, 1,000 Moon Smithy's so wild. They just get to make a 12/12 for free every turn. That's actually kind of absurd. When you actually think about it, that's like kind of ridiculous. Well, I mean, we get to kill a 13/13. But in the end, what could the finisher be for this deck? What do you reckon Wizards' design philosophy is behind all these effects only trigger once per turn now? I assume the idea is it lets them do things that they couldn't do otherwise. I think that would probably be Watsy's answer. Like, there's triggers that in the past they just wouldn't have printed. So now they decided that rather than not printing those effects, they'll print them, but put the once per turn restriction on it. Which I guess is... I mean, it's... I don't really like the restriction, but I do like that they can print more things. I mean, we're going to have more power than stars in the sky, but unclear how this actually leads to us winning. Well, I guess we'll take a Goyf. We came here to Goyf. Play another Soul of the Lost. Sack the Chupacabra. I mean, we're just at a standstill. We have 3 21-22s, 4 21-22s. Not good enough. Not good enough. Found it, Mirix. I mean, the thing is, we need... Gnawing Vermin, I think, is relatively important because none of this works if you can't fill your graveyard. So I think Gnawing Vermin is just one of the... maybe the best one-mana way to fill the graveyard in Standard. So I think even though it's not an exciting card, you definitely see with this deck that you have a handful of, like, Goyfs and so forth, and you just can't play anything until like turn 3 or turn 4, which is very, very clunky. So filling the graveyard, I think, does have value. Lord Disease, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. About it. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know what we're playing for here. I don't know how we possibly win. Merfolk, eh? Ooh. Rowdy Research, that's spicy. Yeah, that looks like a fun Merfolk deck. Well, we'll keep eating stuff. I mean, I feel like we should scoop, but I don't think we're technically supposed to, so I guess we just gotta take our beats for a while. Yeah, I mean, I guess we've seen the flaw with the deck, that these creatures are very big. They just aren't evasive. So they don't actually do much in a situation like this. So decks that can go super wide, very good against them. And then, of course, anything with like Farewell, Graveyard Hate. So I guess there's a lot of issues with the Goyf deck. I mean, I think the evasiveness, you could play rancor effects like Audacity or something. You could play Fling. You could play Sweepers, I guess, to try to kill the smaller creatures. It is pretty hilarious that we have like 100 power and it's just doing nothing. 100 power just sitting there going to waste. Gutter Skulk. What is Gutter Skulk? Well, okay, eat your turtle. What ways do we have of winning? Well, take down Tyvar. Well, there's all of our ancient ones. Get an ancient one. Even the ancient one's not that great, though. Boom. Mill for 0. Because none of our things are that big, so milling our opponents out doesn't actually seem all that realistic. Well, okay, mill you. At this point, there's no point in milling ourselves anymore. We might as well start milling our opponent. And, yeah, pass the turn. Oh, Goyfs. Alright, opponent's gonna make another. I mean, I guess we're seeing Thousand Moon Smithy. Thousand Moon Smithy has equaled all of the Goyfs in our deck with one card. That card's absurd. Card is really good. I mean, it's also an artifact land, so this is also very hateable. But look at what this one card has done. Our opponent has made hundreds of power just for playing one 4-mana card. Thousand Moon Smithy's gotta be one of the strongest cards in the set. It's gotta be. Gotta be. Ooh, a Yara. A Yara could be a spicy. A Yara could work. Does a Yara deal damage equal to power? Opponent appears to be thinking about attacking. Goes attacking. I imagine that we're dead. Okay, block. I don't know if... block. 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 Oh yeah, we're super dead. All right. Well, I guess that's enough goyfing. Yeah, no, we're dead by a few million miles. It's not even a little close. Ooh, what do you do with Enigma's a Jewel's a card that I just have not really figured out. Enigma Jewel and Mono Blue Devotion, eh? So are you actually... All right, let's try Quintoria. So Goyfs, I don't know. We've been doing this for 2 years now, or a year and a half, however long it's been since Goyf was printed. No matter what they print, it feels like it ends up in the same spot, which is it makes such big creatures, but I guess in 2023 that just isn't that relevant. As weird as that sounds. Like maybe a 2-mana 20/20 is not good? Is that just not good anymore? What a world. What a world we live in. I mean, we had every soul lost on the battlefield in that game, and it wasn't even close. So I'm sure there's some stuff we could do to tune it up. So I don't know. I'm sure we'll do more goyfing at some point in the future in the full meta. It's definitely good at making big creatures, and it got many more goyfs. I think, really, if there's one takeaway from this, it's that Soul of the Lost is the best goyf. Like, it is the number one. It's better than Ancient One. It's better than Somnophage. It's better than Herbal Goyf. This is the one. This is the best of the bunch, and there's a ton of good backup ones. So there's, like, a ton of synergies and a ton of, like, stuff to make the deck do what it wants to do. Is what the deck does strong enough to actually be competitive? That's the question. The deck it's got all the consistency you could ever want. It does all the stuff you could want. But let's go a very different direction, and let's do some Quintoriusing, some discovering. So this is basically a discover deck. Oh, is there no I did want to add, I don't know if this is actually worth it, but I do kind of want to add a Chimmel to the deck because Chimmel's cool. So this is basically a full-on Boros Quintorius Explore deck. It's got the Pias, it's got all the Discover cards, Geological Appraiser, Quintorius, Carnosaur, now a Chimmel. So the idea is Quintorius, along with just being a solid planeswalker, its big payoff, I think, is really this static, that when you cast a card from exile, it drains for 2. So we can cast stuff from exile with Cascade. We can cast stuff from exile with Adventures. We can cast card draw from exile with Ren's Resolve. So let's do some Quintoriusing. I think Quintorius is, it's so good. Hey, the Nerdy Steve! Thank you for the raid! Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. Good old, Sunfall Farewell. That's just, we gotta live with it, right? For another forever. Since we don't believe in rotation anymore. What are the odds that we get to like next spring and WotC announces they actually think Standard would be better if it was 4 years of cards in Standard? So we're gonna cancel rotation for a year. They could just keep doing that forever, right? I wonder if that's possible. Is that the long con from WotC? Is rotation just done forever and they don't want to tell us? Oh, hey, good game, Steve. Yeah, Thousand Moon Smithy makes some big creatures. Yeah, the Goyf deck like makes big bodies. They just don't do anything. They're so big, but they're so useless. Oh, how many times have we been disappointed by the Goyf deck? Stephulge, welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Do we even want a Reckless Impulse here? Probably not. I guess we just wait. I mean, we could. Yeah, let's wait. We have stuff we can hit that we wouldn't be able to cast. If we can wait another turn or two, we can hit a Quintorius. Ooh, Grixis, eh? Turns out WotC button that makes sense. Turns out WotC's button that makes Standard rotate is stuck. They don't want to admit it, so they just keep extending rotation and claiming that it makes the game better. Ooh, Soul Cleaver. I have not seen a Soul Cleaver yet. I feel like Soul Cleaver is actually a pretty good card. Opponent's definitely representing a counter here. You know what? Let's just pass. We have two things we can do at instant speed. We got Leyline Binding, we got Virtue. Let's see what our opponent's doing. Blood Type Harvester. Sure. Actually, we have Carnosaur too. Well, all right. In that case, let's just trumpet on this. Trumpet on this Blood Tithe Harvester. Play the wedding announcement. Play the land. Pass the turn. Dog a myth for the 54 month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super favorite. Thank you. About it. Blood, sack, and discards Ob. People really like the idea of Ancient One Ob Nixilis. This is like the second time. I assume that's what they're doing. I guess it is a pretty sweet synergy. Like being able to instant ultimate Ob. That does seem powerful. Somnophage. Ah, Thrill Seeker. Thrill Seeker would have been so good last game. Would have been so good. Well, let's Reckless Impulse. See what we see. Yeah, Leyline Binding's fine, I guess. Oh god, did I play? Oh, I played the wrong land. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. We can still play it next turn, but we should have played this land. Hey, what's up, Zach? Do I gotta do, is this the new bugle? What's the difference between a bugle and a trumpet sound, though? That's a thing. I'm gonna have to work on it. I'm gonna have to work on some Louis Armstrong. Opponent does some milling. Yeah, next turn we can probably get down Jimmel. Let the discovery begin. Well, yeah, play the land, and here we go. No attacks. End step. Discover 5. Yeah, alright, that's a Pia. Pia's good. And make a token, and pass the turn. Where's our Quintorius, though? Should I still be coping about getting Pioneer on MTGA, or should I just be giving up? It's gonna happen. I am very, very sure it will happen. Like, it's gotta happen. Wizards has said it's gonna happen. So I think it will. I have high confidence that we will actually have. This attack is weird. I have pretty high confidence that we will actually have Pioneer. So if you've been holding out hope, I would keep hoping. Modern, that would be a stretch. And I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of Pioneer. Like, if it's literally every card in Pioneer, that's still going to take a little bit, I think. All right. Well, that was kind of a blowout, but at least we got a Chimmel. Wow, this thing snowballs fast, doesn't it? Wow. Maybe that's better than I realized. Well, there's a land. Leyline Binding. Get rid of the corpse. Like, this added so many counters. Maybe this Soul Cleaver is just actually good. That was, like, very impressive. Can we find a Quintorius one of these days? Not yet. Yeah, just this one game has given me a whole new appreciation for Terrigan Soul Cleaver. It triggers on all your opponent's stuff, too. And all your tokens. Yeah, maybe that card's actually just really good. Yeah, I mean, I figured it was a good combo piece. I figured it was good in Modern if you can tutor it up with Urza Saga and, like, Hardened Scales. But maybe you can just play it for value. Like, maybe you can just run it out and, like, put it on your stuff and go to town. Like, it's kind of working for our opponent here. I'm still annoyed that we didn't get Dubious Challenge for Pioneer. It's such a silly deck. Let me build it, Wadsy. I know. That's the thing that disappoints me about the idea of, like, oh, we should have, boy, sequencing. That's the thing that disappoints me about about the idea of like Tournament Pioneer or whatever is I'm glad that they're adding Tournament Pioneer. That's good. I'm not gonna complain about Tournament Pioneer, but at the same time, when it comes down to it, like I'm not a tournament player. I like playing janky decks. So for me, I get more excited about Dubious Challenge than, you know, the optimal, oh, here we go. Discover, trigger Pia, new Bloodbraid Elf, into wedding announcement, trigger Pia, and that was a pretty good little turn. That was a good little turn. Discover's so good. It's such a strong effect. I found it, lad. Okay, now the Soul Cleaver is not quite as scary because we're going way over the top. Opponent is discovering the power of Cascade. The same reason I don't play Fake Commander on Moto. Yeah, I mean, that's something that's because... Fake Commander is not... That's maybe a little harsh, but I assume that that's referring to, like, the Warhammer decks didn't make it to Magic Online. And it is something that's become more of a problem. Like, with Universes Beyond, and not all the with Universes Beyond often being these big Commander sets, and Universes Beyond often not coming to Magic Online... It is something we've talked about at Goldfish. Like one of the issues, one of the problems we got to solve with Commander Clash is like slowly the like real meta or the paper meta is like devolving from the Moto meta just because some really popular cards just never make it on Magic Online. So we haven't figured out how to crack that, but that is like that's a concern I have about Commander on Magic Online, honestly. Why don't you play using Spell Table? Spell Table has its own set of issues, to the point where I'm not convinced that it's better than Magic Online. So, like, Magic Online, the big issue is some cards just don't exist on there. Spell Table kind of has its own card availability issue in the sense that I don't know if we'd be able to play all the decks we play. If you look at a lot of Commander shows, a lot of times it's like, I play with my personal deck that I have to play, you know, with my friends or whatever. It would be hard to do all the janky themes that we do every week and get all the cards for those. And then Spell Table just also has issues with like hidden information, Gonties, so... And it just doesn't look very good. Like, one of the upsides of Moto is you can read the cards. In Spell Table, a lot of times, I feel like I can't read the cards very well. So, I don't know. We'll figure... It's something we've been considering and trying to figure out, like, how do we work around this? What's the best path forward? But, all that to say, I'm not sure that Spell Table is actually better enough to make it worth it, or better at all, honestly. Have I ever tried Untapped.in? I'm not actually sure what Untapped.in is, so no. Well, we're gonna win this game. Did I forget to put Quintorius in this deck? I swear I added Quintorius. We've drawn half of our deck. Where's our Quintorius, though? I mean, the deck is feeling good. Okay, there's Relevant, finally. Unfortunately, our opponent's too dead. So, what deck has looked best? I would say that the deck that is just performed the best overall that we've played is probably Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, and again, early access, how's it generalized to the full meta? Like, that's a question, but Dinosaurs actually felt really, really, really solid. Just like big bodies, good curve, can close out the game. So I think Dinosaurs might actually be pretty legit. Yeah, this deck I really like playing this deck. Any deck that has the 8 Rends Resolves is just so much fun to play. You always have a handful of cards. You always got tons of things to do. So this might end up being one of my favorite decks of the night. Like Staka. Yeah, we'll just run out the early Pia, see if it lives. About it. Gets in for one. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Now let's rinse resolve. Little early. Ooh. All right. Well, play the land and pass the turn. Hopefully they play something for us to leyline binding. I feel like, so we haven't played Caves. Caves I've messed around with a little bit for Budget Magic and seen other people play. I feel like Caves might actually be a deck. They might actually be a real deck. Yeah, let's Ren's Resolve. How bad can it be? Oh, we're exiling all of our leyline bindings. About it. Watching both of you play on different monitors. Ooh, wait, me and who? Who am I playing against? Hey, what's up, Jack? How are you? It's going well. Oh, there's the ancient one. Well, oh, so now I gotta choose. Boy, we ran awkwardly, didn't we? So we can leyline binding. Lose the wedding. Yeah, I guess that's worth it. Ugh, feels bad, but all right. Leyline binding. Get rid of the ancient one. Pass the turn. Oh, it's Ash Ligel. I didn't know the shield name. Oh, sweet. Opponent does some vermining. So it's like a sack deck. Oh, it must be a. Oh, there's the Souls of the Lost. Is this another Obnixilis? Obnixilis brew? Yeah, let's Carnosaur. Spin it to win it. Can we hit something good, please? Well, wedding announcement's not bad. Wedding announcement, as we saw when we were playing the Goyf deck, can block a Soul of the Lost for a long time. I'm excited for my new TCG player order to come to power my Pauper Braids deck at a Volraz Stronghold and a Nykthos. How do you feel after having played the Braids deck for the charity event? Well, that's leyline binding. Get rid of the Shieldred. Draw a Pia. Play a Pia. Play a land. And I guess we attack. Kind of free damage. The Braids deck was really fun, Lucid. I found it was interesting. The charity event was interesting. It was very, very, very spiky. A lot of, like, half of the decks people showed up with were Rusko. So I played a bunch of the Braids deck on the ladder, and it performed really well, and it felt really good. But then playing against Rusko, especially Rusko with really good draws, it got a little tougher. So our record wasn't great overall. Well, Reckless Impulse is not the worst draw. Ooh, and there's Quintorius too. Quintorius, trigger Pia. Cascade with Quintorius. Oh, Geological Appraiser, trigger Pia, discover again, make a Thopter, drain you, Pia, trigger Pia. Oh, Quintorius. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. The Cascade engine. I mean, that's what the deck wants to do with the Discover into the Discover to trigger the Quintorius. And we even have a Carnosaur left over for next turn. Oh, this is another game where we're seeing the huge Souls of the Lost, but just not being enough. Also, yeah, Ash Lizzle also a little bit of land issues here for sure. Yeah, Rusko. Also in the charity event, oh god. So game one, I was playing against Seth Manfield was playing Crucius. So turn one, Seth is Dark Ritual Lord Skitter. So already rough. Game two, playing as Rusko. Turn two, Dark Ritual into Rusko. So my first two games, opponents had like really strong Dark Ritual draws. What standard deck did you use for the charity event? So I was just gonna play the Lich Knight's Conquest Reanimator deck that I did a video on a while ago, but didn't end up making it to the top 8 for the standard round, so I didn't actually have to use it. But that was the deck that I submitted. Ooh, all right, Obnixilis X2 can ultimate, but it doesn't quite kill us, right? Oh, they're gonna draw 7. Well, should find a land drop. Obnixilis is looking a lot scarier with this. Maybe Obnixilis is maybe that's the secret to the Goist. Maybe you just gotta be playing Obnixilis. Oh, wow! The fling. That was something. Well, apparently everyone realized that if you're gonna play the Goif stuff, you gotta have a plan to win without attacking. So the fling plan worked there. That was some pretty crazy end of that game for sure. Play the land, pass the turn. Really been seeing fling more often. Grixis seems better than Sultai for Goifs, honestly. Well, if you're playing Grixis, you're probably not playing Goif, right? Open it. Opponent's trying to play Greasefang. I mean, it might actually work. It could actually work. If they just play Greasefang here, how bad is it? I guess it's pretty bad. We can't actually kill it. Yeah, if they just have Greasefang, I think we die. As much of a bummer as that is. I'll play the planes. Go attacking. Do they have it? Land. Rafine. Alright, that's not a Greasefang, though. That's definitely not a Greasefang. I mean, it's gotta be. It's gotta be Greasefang. I don't know why else you're discarding Thundersteel Colossuses and so forth. So they gotta be a Greasefang deck. I don't even know if they can cast Galleon. Doesn't look like they can. All right, more vehicles. Is there some like mass vehicle reanimation effect? Well, we need to Ren's Resolve. Play a land. Well, I mean, I guess we just pass. I don't like where we're at, though. Yeah, I guess they could Brilliant Restoration. But then you still need to crew the vehicles, right? Okay, there's all the Greasefangs. I mean, a lot of people are playing Souls of the Lost, that's for sure. Cruel Somnophage. Opponent goes attacking. Huh. Rafine's such an annoying card. Rafine's one of the I kind of wish they had rotated. So seen so many Rafines for so long. Well, that's Quintorius. Spin it to win it. Into a Pia. And pass the turn. Yeah, Helping Hand does work very well with Rafine. Actually having a Unearth style effect in Standard. Well, I guess they also have Can't Stay Away. Gnawing Vermin. Yeah, opponent. This is another one, like, what do you think actual Standard will look like? This is another one that I feel is kind of like the Goyf decks. Like, a very early access day deck. Like, I think it's... I have to imagine there's just going to be so much graveyard hate. Similar concern to the Goyfs, where it's like... why is there not Questing Druid in this deck? We're not even in green in this deck. Not even the right colors. I mean, you could add it, obviously. You could splash into green. The Discover itself feels pretty good. The deck feels slow, like, overall. Like, the Discover stuff is good when you get to it. We've also drawn a ton of Leyline bindings and no way to really reduce the cost on them. So maybe that's part of it too. But it's felt just kind of like powerful, but it's very plotting. Oh, God. Oh, God. Like, these are the scenarios, like, what do? You got a handful of Reckless Impulses. You cast them on turn 2, they're like, kind of did something-ish. We have a Geological Appraiser we can't cast. Audacity. Market Gnome, get in there. Well, Reckless Impulse. Hit some lands. Play a land past the turn. Opponent. Ooh. All right, here comes the cats. Well, play the land. So clunky. Look at this draw, it's so bad. Opponent. Yeah, I think maybe we gotta play less of the Reckless Impulse effects and just more like early removal, maybe. It seems like by the time we're getting down Quintorius Con, we're just like too far behind for it to really be good. Maybe we gotta be more of like either more early game creatures or more of like a control build. But like even this, like, okay. So we hit Quintorius Con. We cascade. We just didn't do anything earlier, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess also our opponent, like, one drop random flyer into Audacity, so maybe it's a product of the matchup, but Niagara Falls, eh? I mean, Quintorius Con's static ability is definitely exciting. All right, we'll give it one more try, and then we'll try Merfolk, because people have asked for Merfolk. I was considering making a digital altar of my cat as Arabo, but considering that means he'd die even as a card, it'd make me sad. Wait, is Arabo dead? Have you played Fight Rigging? I haven't played Fight Rigging. I mean, Fight Rigging definitely has gotten some good updates. It's just gotten a bunch of like cheap big creatures. Now that we have Ixalan, does that mean the quest to break all the Enchanted Tales has ended? Oh, sadly, we don't really have anything similar in Ixalan, which is kind of a bummer. I wish Wizards would do that every set. I don't know why. I wish they would. We could use something similar to the Enchanted Tales every set, because we really don't have them this set. So all that to say, I'm sure we'll still see I'm sure we'll still see some Enchanted Tales on occasion, but for the short term, ugh, yeah, good old aggro curve out and best of one. Oh, play a land. Boy, I feel like we need to play this, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna play it. It's not great. It hurts to have it go to waste, but this curve out with the Florian, definitely punishing opponent. Big attack. Kill the epic here. Opponent. Yeah, Bart works pretty well with Bloodcaster because you get the blood tokens you can sack too, which is pretty sweet. Opponent. Land. Passes. Ooh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. I'll play the land. Pass the turn, make a token. We might be able to stabilize. Maybe. So we can use the Carnosaur to kill the flyer. Yeah, get sacked. Big attack. Well, block and block. We can't let our opponent keep Florianing. Plus, we're kind of dying. A Triome to reduce the cost on was Leyline Binding. The hope of Leyline Binding is its removal that doesn't get hit by Cascade, but it just might not. It might not actually be worth it. We are really locked into blocking here. Well, play the land. Florian, yeah, I know. Florian was forever ago. The Frozen Cell. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What do we do here? So in Wedding Announcement, Reckless Impulse. So we can Ceradon, Reckless Impulse. Oh, the problem is this. So we can't really Ceradon. Well, I guess we could try, but we die to a removal spell probably. Well, let's Reckless Impulse. Step one. Well, pass the turn. Make a token. Flip it. Okay, epic here. Get pinged. Yeah, Bart's looked pretty good. Alright, Amy. Ooh, is there a last card removal? That would not be good. Alright, opponent sacks. So we block here. Ceradon the Florian. Alright, this Leyline Binding is going to help. Okay. Wow, opponent pitches. Ooh, veto. Interesting. So opponents just like sack vampires, essentially. Alright, grabs the veto. Draws a card. Well, play the Spara's headquarters. Leyline Binding. Get rid of the Bart. Virtue of loyalty. I don't know if we're gonna survive here or not. Winter Milan, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I'm repeating my message too much, but you can play Questing Druid just as an impulse card in your deck. Its upside is you can discover into it as a creature. It will grow with each discover too. You're not obligated to run forests in deck for it. You just treat it as a red impulse draw. Sometimes it can happen that you can cast it with random triomes. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's technically true. Although, I mean, I think as a general rule, you wanna be able to cast your cards. So I think I would probably be a Naya deck. I would probably try to be a Naya deck for it. Well, okay, Leyline Binding. Get rid of the veto. But yeah, that is true. You could just try to cascade into it. But at that point, you might as well add some lands. I think as impulse draw, like the creature mode is a big part of its appeal, I think. Is impulse draw, I think it's just worse than the other options. Is Seth okay? Is this the new 2024 voice? No, it's just still getting over this cold, especially when it gets to the end of a stream where I've like been talking for hours and hours. Not all the way over the cold yet, so the voice you can still hear it there. But we're gonna finish this match and then try a couple games with Merfolk and then probably wrap it up for the night. Let the voice rest a little bit, but I'll be over the cold one of these days. Hey Seth, you were asking about what you think about standard. For standard, I am at the point of moving to Marvel Snap, which I'm playing right now. I've had enough of this long standard with the same cards over and over again. Not having the rotation is killing me and my passion to play it. How do you like the Marvel Snap then? Hey, what's up, one? How are you? Welcome. The problem I ran into with Marvel Snap, and maybe this has been fixed, because this was I played it like a year ago or something, right when it first released. But the problem I ran into was it felt very inaccessible. Like that was kind of the issue I had, is like I played the intro-y stuff and then there was just no way to get cards. So I saw all these other people that were like playing cool cards and building cool decks, and there just wasn't a way that was built in the system to actually do that. So that was kind of my issue, but maybe they made it easier to get cards since then. What are we doing now? Huh. So we need to use our Virtue. We need to use our Ren's Resolve. We also need to not die. I mean, I guess we're like kind of stable. Our opponent's not doing much, and we're really outdrawing them. Oh. Chimmel's like the worst thing to hit because it's so fun. All right, we gotta be responsible. Yeah, let's Arden Veil. Next turn, hopefully we can get down Chimmel. Yeah, let's Virtual Loyalty. Pass the turn, make some tokens. Grow the tokens. Well, we haven't seen Contorius much, but... Whew, jeez. What? What? I was not expecting the token god out of vampires. Okay, that's spicy. I don't know what it's doing with our opponent's deck, because it only works with creature tokens, so it doesn't work with any of the blood stuff, but that is spicy. Well, play the land. We're gonna... Let's do some discovering. We're gonna run it out. If we die to the god, we die to the god. That's fair. We will accept that loss if it happens. Now pass the turn. Tokens. Discover. Ooh. Wait. I guess token mode? Yeah, token mode's probably better. I've never seen you live, but I've watched your YouTube videos for many years. I appreciate all you do. Feel better. And well, Octopus saying thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Hey Seth, I had a TLDR of something amazing that just happened in Pokemon games. There's a 1 in 8,196 chance for it to be a different color, a shiny, and 6 years old me had his very first one get away. 26-year-old me has recreated it in a little bit emotional good way. Hey, congratulations, Mega Magikarp. That's super sweet. Have you tried to complete Grim Captain yet? I've messed around with it a little bit. I think we haven't done it on stream. We always have the weird mixture of YouTube versus stream when it comes to stuff like this. This is what, Ward of Pay 3 Life? Actually, maybe we just hold on to it. We can cascade with it. Oh, there it is. There's a Quintorius. This is what we've been waiting for. We've not been good at drawing Quintorius early in these games. Quintorius, Discover. Reckless Impulse. Trigger Quintorius. Play a land. Carnosaur. This is greedy, but sure. Discover. Geological Appraiser. Discover. Drain you. Oh, when you chain them together, it feels so good. Into a Reckless Impulse. Drain you. Quintorius. So far, Quintorius has been get a Geological Appraiser and hit you for 6. That actually seems like pretty reasonable. Like even that 5 mana. No, it's going to be up to 8 now, I guess. 5 mana. 5 mana at a 3-2 to the battlefield. Drain for 8 now. That's not bad. That's not bad. Opponent. I think we kill him next turn. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're back up to 16 now, so we got a little leeway. But I think we can just win with Quintorius. All right, Quintorius. We didn't come here to beat down with wedding announcement tokens. We came here to Quintorius. Oh, there's Pia too. All right, so Pia. Drain you. Play the land. Megathopter. Virtue of Loyalty. Megathopter Quintorius you. All right. Quintorius did a lot of work. Let's go attacking. We did some Merfolk Lurgoyfing. We did some Merfolk Lurgoyfing. Need to update the deck command. Oh, I was hoping that the bot was gonna take care of it, but maybe it's not working. All right, people want to see Merfolk. Let's make Merfolk our last deck. So Merfolk, I will say, I feel like Merfolk's like kind of janky-ish. We'll see. I feel like Merfolk is like a tribal deck is kind of underpowered. There's one Lord, which is good, but it's beyond that. So that if you look at Merfolk, what does Merfolk have going for it? So Tidebinder is absurd. You get a ton of explore things. The 2-drop seems like pretty reasonable to the point where after seeing other people play this card, maybe it's worth playing 4. Maybe it's one of these legends where it's like, if it's on the battlefield, it's doing so much work, it's worth the legend rule issue. The card that has not impressed me has been Deep-Root Pilgrimage. Deep-Root Pilgrimage, I didn't really think it would be good, and I've seen other people play it, and you play it and you make a couple Merfolk and lose. So we got 2 of them. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those cards we should play just to test. But basically, what does Merfolk have going for it? It explores a lot and it's got Hexcatcher. That's pretty much it. So we'll see. I'm sure there could be some like I don't know, like thinking like Ozolith, you have to go +1/+1 counter synergies. Like, what is the way to like power up this deck? Because it is kind of lacking lords. It wants to kind of be tempo-y, but it's not very evasive. So Merfolk are in like a very interesting kind of strange place, I would say. Well, all right, we got 2 of the 2-drop, and I feel like this 2-drop is gonna be essential for Merfolk doing its thing. Well, Yamayakos, go. About it. It was weird. I was expecting Merfolk to be like super supported, but then Wizard said they didn't really try to make Merfolk a deck. Like dinosaurs were the only creature type they tried to make a deck. Hey, what's up, Zombatical? How are you? Jack Manning, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The Convoke battle can make Deeproot decent. Yeah, I guess if you're building around it in a way to power it up, then it could be worth it. If you're comboing with it or whatever, then I think it's good. There's also like, what's a Kiora's Follower in older formats where you can tap and untap things. Like if you have synergies like that, then I think it's actually very good. But I think just running it out in like a normal deck, I don't think it triggers enough to really do anything. All right, opponent treasures us. Well, let's Cavern on Merfolk. And I guess we just play this thing and start the Exploration. 4/4 combat. I guess, sure. Pass the turn. Larcenist seems like it should be really good. What is this? You sponsored folk and a pre-release. Oh, the sponsor. So I guess Wizards always sends out this big thing. So on early access day, you get an account to use on Magic Arena for 1 day with all the cards in it. I guess that legally that counts as being sponsored. You don't get any money or anything, like that's all you really get for it. But I guess that counts as being sponsored. So Wizards always sends out a thing about legally you got to make sure that that you mention that it's sponsored because you're getting access to a account that has cards in it. So a little bit weird, but that's where that comes from. Yeah, pirates are kind of going off at the moment. Oh, they have another larcenist. Well, I mean, I guess we just gotta pass. Explore into a land. No attacks. Cavern. On Merfolk. Pass the turn. Well, we can Hexcatcher and we can Tidebinder. We're hoping to Tidebinder this larcenist, I guess. Losing this 2-drop has been very, very bad for us. We'll see what they do. They might just breaches and try to get triggers. But we have this 5/5, which is a problem for them. Deep Fathom Echo's growing at least. Alright, opponent goes with breaches. And attacks. Maybe pirates are just flying Merfolk. Hell, I mean, I guess we gotta run out this Tidebinder. We gotta do something. We can't just sit here and do nothing. This will shut off breaches. Psychologist, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. All right, so stifle the breaches. Breaches. Here's a version of Lure Life. Didn't have any way to bypass jump, so I made one that had several ways to give creatures trample. Ooh, let me see, chicken guy. Abundant. All right, so we shut down the breaches. We take our beats. Down to 11. They run out the dork. Well, we run out the Hexcatcher. Grow our dorks. Ooh, Fading Hope is good. Fading Hope's very good. What do we do with it, though? Oh, it's... Go to combat. Explore. Decline. Hit ya. Now get in for 7. Opponent takes it. Yeah, let's do some splunking. X3. Get some counters. Pass the turret. Put it down to 10. Can we close it out? About it. Undercity Upheaval looks fun in the deck. That card can definitely add a lot of power once it gets going. Yeah, that looks cool. Some combos, kind of. If you can get Tribute to get counters on it for Kadama and so forth. Surrak and Goreclaw, 6 mana so much, but giving Trample is nice. Yeah, that looks fun. Have you seen Peaches? But every time Bowser says Peaches, it goes faster. I don't think so. All right, here comes a lot. What a weird matchup. So opponent, another Larcenist. Oh, we haven't seen bear support in... Oh, I mean, we had a Eula in Modern Horizons, but when was the last time... Interesting. Okay. But when was the last time we actually had bear support in Standard? It seems like it's been... For... Have we ever had bears in Standard? I mean, we've had bear cards, but if we had bears actually, like, supported? So the opponent's going to go after the Tidebinder to turn back on the breaches. Okay. Convoluted, but successful. Opponent. Yeah, I think Pirates might get there. All this flying. Merfolk pretty ground-bound. So opponent attacks, gets a bunch of triggers. So is there any way we can win from here? What would that look like? So opponent get... Oh, they hit another one-drop. Boy, they keep hitting things. They keep hitting one-mana cards they can play. That is unfortunate. All these blockers. Yeah, there's the Tomb Raider. Yeah, that does it. When was the last time Standard had a Grizzly Bears or even a vanilla creature? Hey, we got Yargle and Multani. That's a vanilla creature. Yeah, I think Bear's kind of passed out at the moment. I'll try to get him on stream at some point soon though. But yeah, usually with the late streams, the evening streams, he ends up passed out somewhere until I finish up and take him out. All right, one or two more matches with Merfolk, and I think that'll be our early access stream for Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So what do we learn about these decks? So I feel like dinosaurs feel really good. I think that was the biggest winner. Quintorius, I still think is a very powerful card. I'm hyped for the power of Quintorius. It's really hard. You gotta remember too that it's a very small sample size. So if a deck doesn't perform well, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. Or if a deck does perform well, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, because we're dealing with weird meta, super small sample size. So don't read too much into it. Merfolk, I don't know. I feel like Merfolk needs more payoffs. When it comes to like tribal decks, I always try to think, what is the competitive advantage of this tribe? What does this tribe have to offer? And I don't know what that is. What would that be for Merfolk? What is Merfolk's advantage? Why do you put a bunch of Merfolk together in a deck? So you get a lot of Explore. You get a Lord, which I guess is something. But I'm not sure what the... Well, we don't really... In Standard, though. I would definitely agree in older formats. In older formats, the calling card of Merfolk is very much... You get a ton of Lords. You just play a Lord, play a Lord, play a Lord. Your stuff gets big. In Standard, though, you only have Hexcatcher. So you only have one Lord. I guess your stuff you get flexible. I guess maybe that's what you got. Flexible because you have like the Jade Light Splunker, you have Explore. Maybe that's what Merfolk has going for it. I mean, the Lord is a good Lord. A Lord with Flash is definitely nice. We don't really care about Thalia. All right, we'll just pass. See what our opponent has. Hopefully it's not the legendary 3-drop. That could actually get us here. We can flash in a Lord, but that could start making tokens. Opponent combat gets in, hits us. All right, down to 18. I wonder how good Sentinel is. 3/4 for 3 makes at least one map. Ruby. Is this like, gotta be some sort of weird human deck. Well, run out the Hexcatcher. Play the land. I mean, I guess we just run out the Sentinel. Go attacking. Oh, is this Joda? This might just be 5-color Joda Legends. Yeah, that makes sense. What did Joda get out of this set? I guess just any random legend you can throw in there. I think the way that this deck is trying to play is basically just Simic Rogues, but green sucks, so just play... Yeah, if you're going to play Tempo-y, green is definitely a drawback, I think. Because last match, it was the classic Merfolk versus Pirates. And Pirates kind of like had the evasion... So I wonder if pirates are kind of like the better or the more tempo-y of the two. Hey, what's up, Guzuri? Hello from New York. Much love. Hopefully everything is doing well. Well. Oh, opponent has so much mana. It's like a scary amount of mana. And stuff has ward. I kind of feel like we need to shut down this Catilda, though. Our opponent just has... They didn't do anything with it. On the other hand, they didn't do anything with it. So maybe it's fine? I guess they still kind of have a lot of mana. I mean, what's our other option? So we can spend our turn dealing with Catilda, legitimizing Catilda as a business person, or we can just run out a Explore Dork. I guess the Thalia is kind of mattering here. All right, let's run it out. Run it out. The Torbs! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Well, go attacking. Make a map. I wonder if there's anything to do with the maps other than sack them. Wow, opponent blocks and blocks. Sure. Wow, I am absolutely shocked. Okay, well, we got a Ruby and a Thalia out of that somehow. Are you planning on doing any rough drafts where the format's fresh and nobody knows what they're doing? Hopefully, Ghost of Dak Faden. That's on my list. We'll see if I get to it. Hey, Seth, I don't get to catch your stream often, so I wanted to hop in and say how much I appreciate all the work you do and your unending optimism, positive attitude. Well done, Torbs. Thank you so much for the kind words. Definitely appreciate it. Oh yeah, crafting with them makes sense. Yeah, that's different than just sacking to explore. Oh, they had, I see, they had multiple copies of both of those. That makes way more sense. Let's. I mean, I think we gotta put an end to this. We gotta. It is painful to skip this much of our turn, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Play Ottawa, go to combat, explore, keep that thing new, hit ya. I mean, Deep Feather Echo's getting big. Ronald Grinder, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Any Descend stuff today? Yeah, we played a Goyf style. A Goyf style Soul of the Lost deck. It made really big creatures, that's for sure. All right, opponent, land on human. It made like really massive creatures really quickly, but I think they need more of a way to be evasive mostly, because a wedding announcement or whatever would tend to shut them down. Is Quintorius good? I feel like Quintorius, we played it a bit. My initial impression is it has potential. The static ability, I think, is very strong. I think it's gonna be a matter of like finding the right home for it. The more adventures you have or cast from exile stuff, but it still feels like a card to me that has potential to be a very good standard card. Are there any creature tutors in standard? The black sack one and the green enchantment one. Anything else? There's some expensive stuff, like is it 8 mana Convoke Demon or whatever. As far as efficient stuff, Fauna Shaman's still in standard. That might be one of the most efficient ones, actually. Well, let's see about some exploring here. Well, let's explore. Do some splunking. Arcus Runo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't think we need another Sentinel. Or a Xeno Scout. I mean, maybe this is the payoff. Like, maybe this is actually it. Maybe the card we need is this Nikanzel or whatever it is. Maybe that's the Merfolk payoff. Maybe it's Hexcatcher in this, and those are the. This feels like kind of stronger than Hexcatcher, even, honestly. Are there any flying Merfolk? Oh god, there's a Joda. Yeah, Merfolk I think are pretty ground bound. They're not. It's so weird. So I think last time we went to Ixalan, it was really a kind of a tribal set where it was all the creature types had the support to build a deck around them and have it be like, they all didn't make it in standard, but that was the idea, I think, was you have dinosaurs, you got the vampires, you got the Merfolk. This time it doesn't seem like that was the goal. So the Merfolk in standard, it's actually still like, it's a pretty short list. This is all in standard, and we got 2.5 years of cards in standard. Most of them are from Ixalan. I don't believe any have flying. Oh, actually, this thing. So it's a Windrake, essentially. 3 mana 2/2 flying. When it ETBs, you make a map. So that one does have flying. I don't know if that's really standard playable. I guess this is okay. Okay, Skyclave Aerialist. 2 mana 2/1 flying that can transform for 5. So I guess there's a couple with flying. None of the super efficient or rare ones have flying. I don't know about this card. Do you think Mindslinger? I don't know if Mindslinger. It'd probably be a sideboard card, I guess. Like, I could see matchups where it'd be very good. Wow, here comes our opponent with the super big attack. So Thalia for 6, Ruby for 7. Are we just dead? Actually, you know what? No blocks. We just gotta try to win, right? If our opponent untaps with Joda, they're gonna kill us. So I guess we just have to try to win. So, Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. Let's explore targeting Hexcatcher. Mill it. Grow it. We might be able to get lethal here, right? We should be able to. We gotta be able to. Explore targeting Hexcatcher. Mill it. Grow it. Go to combat. Explore. Keep it. Oh, do we get more damage by shifting to another Hexcatcher? So it's smaller. So this is an 8/8. It'd be a 1. It'd be a 4/4, but pump, 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 pump. Yeah, I think that's better, isn't it? I think this is, hopefully this is better. And then go attacking. Is it enough? They can block any 2. Oh, it's definitely enough. We got them easy. Easy. The ability actually mattered. The shifting, the Deep Fathom Echo shifting into a Lord. That was like the thing everyone said during spoilers. Saying like, oh, you can turn into a Lord. It actually is going to matter here. Well, we can run out one more Hexcatcher. And Merfolk. Okay, the Merfolk actually felt pretty good there. The way Seth keeps saying mill it, grow it, keep it, I keep thinking he's going to say bop it. I remember bop it's. Oh. So we don't have rotation until next September. So we don't have to worry about rotation for a minute. So what do we learn about our decks tonight? So I will say, Dinosaurs felt like the most competitive. We still have so many more decks to get to. Dinosaurs felt like the most competitive. They felt really good. So I have high hopes for them in standard. We still didn't even get to roaming throne decks. Maybe those will be for against the odds. I don't know. Or our next stream. So we still got so much more to do with this. Quintorius felt good. We have So much more to explore though. But I think everyone, stream on Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll be playing more of the decks. That's the plan. We'll see how many we get through. But yes, we will keep working our way through more of them. But on that note, everyone, I think that's gonna bring us to the end of our stream for tonight. I'm losing my voice getting over this cold, so I probably gotta let the voice rest. But we'll be back on Tuesday to have some more fun. How did Merfolk do? We only played like 2 or 3 games with them. They've performed fine. Some games they felt good. Other games they felt a little bit underpowered, but they did okay. They did okay, I would say, better than I thought. So reminders, replay YouTube. This week, find all the old streams, including this one into the future, normal YouTube. Tons of videos going up on there. One more shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom, and most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular. Thanks for hanging out, checking out New Standard. I love y'all. Have an amazing weekend. And yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday to have some more fun. So until then, everyone, be good, and I will talk to you soon.